Check me out now. Return of the smooth operator. Shotty on repeat. I say sleep later. This another favor. Consider me your neighbor. Lost a lot of fam in pursuit of the paper. She gon' catch the vapors when we slide by. The way I speak my mind, it's like I peak my prime, but I ain't close. I cruise through the night air. Fantasy a dream. Real world is a nightmare. Like Claire battling the brainless. Learn to live shameless. Talk about me a lot, but claim that I'm nameless. You aimless. So I'ma style on them. They washed up. It's a rap. Throw the towel on them. Gaining miles on them. Otakus for the win. Tacos, it depend on the mood that I'm in. Like Finn when it's time for adventure. This some new blue. Get ready to enter my mind for a few. Come and take a ride with the crew. I'ma show you how to recoup days lost when you vibe with the blue. Come vibe with the blue. Yeah, about time to regroup. Fly, got my eyes on the view. Never hear lies, only truth. Realize why they vibe with the blue. 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 Vibe with the vibe with the sky. Wait, you know the rest. I'm blessed. I see you frontin' like you ain't impressed, but I still get requests. I'm playing Zelda on the GameCube. I quit spamming my music. Don't ever try forcing the links. That's a high rule. The wind waker, Mother Nature on my side too, controlling the elements. Go and check my avatar. I'm arrows ahead. Get the point. Moving forward. The battle scars accumulated over time are reminders of what I went through as a minor, but made me a grinder. The trees broke down for this loose leaf. If life's a game of death, I'm Bruce Lee. Ooh wee. Lose sleep on the regular, trying to get this word out. Then I crash nebula. Wish I had a very odd parent, maybe two, but it's cool. Everybody pays dues. Now it's time to make moves. Granny didn't raise me to lose. Think I'm in the mood for a cruise. Wanna ride? Come and vibe with the blue. Come 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 vibe with the. Check this out, y'all. I'm back spazzing like the elderly worth of my cousin Beverly. Never swear away from the truth. Just ask Heather, be weather, be trippin', starting to control like our destiny. Always give you the best of me until the death of me. My weaponry is a paintbrush. Hush, don't tell my secret. They get a hold of it. If you leak it, get it. It's cool. Got you covered though, look. But let me get back to that cool-ish, loose-ish. Why they still lying? They don't do this. Bad at board games, whole world clueless. Selling their soul for Roof Chris. Who's this honored fella? Need a slice, extra mozzarella. Crew fly, let God propellers. Humanity born like they don't trust fun. Why you dodge to tell her? You don't know, but my odds are better. Life's a gamble, depending on who holding the cards. You can start living at large or it's bon voyage. Charge it to the game. Me and you ain't the same. I'm thinking bigger pictures. Why you still shrinking the frame, ever blinking the rain? It helps when your eyes dry. Mob with the bright minds. Think you funny, wise guy? Midnight marauder with a new tribe. Tired of the fake. Come and vibe with the blue sky. Come vibe with the blue sky. Why do you try? We get them high. Take them high. What I do? Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. Come vibe with the blue. Pass what up? Vibe with the. Wise grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple lies. You can't see me, you Stevie. Wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Dream on, yeah. Dream on, dream weaver.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's your boy Ernie, Blerd without fear. Well, for right now, at least it'll just be me. I don't really know where Carter is. I think he might still be asleep. Anyway, doesn't matter. We still got a pretty good show lined up for you today. We will be talking to Newton Lilavois here very shortly. We're going to be talking about his new comic, Kisha, Demon Eater. It's going to be awesome. We're also going to be talking about some other news that's going to be coming up. That stuff that's happened throughout the week. We'll be going over, talking about some recent news regarding Ms. Marvel. We'll also be talking about some recent news regarding Naomi on the CW. And probably maybe one or two more things, of course. And as usual, we'll be doing our typical recommended reads for the week. I'll also... we'll be answering your questions, both, in the chat and in the Discord, and, all the, usual, typical, Blerd Cave BS that we always do every Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, so y'all already know what time it is. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Wow, it's 156th episode of the Blerd Cave. I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend. Hope you guys have been taking it easy. You got your popcorn pulled up, you got your drinks, you got snacks, whatever it is you have when you normally watch the cave. Yeah, let's see who all we got in here today. Man, look, let's see here. Carter Prime is sleeping. Yeah, that sounds about right. Let's see what we got here. Actually here, let's do this, because I think this is pulling all my resources, since Carter's not actually here. We don't need this right now. And we don't need this right now, actually. Yeah, kill that. There we go. Alright, much better. We're getting a little hang up here because we're trying to, usually I stream the show to Carter as well as y'all, so there we go. Now we can actually get to it. Sleeping with the dean's daughter, hey, that's how you get in trouble, man. That's how you get in trouble. Let's see here. Who we got here? I see we got Alexander Smith in this motherfucker. We got Gokhan Shuri's baby's father in here. We got Dirt Rich Charles Lemon Monumental Comics Extra. We also got Trip 08201. We got Gabriel the Dark Knight in here. We got Jerry Moraes. We also got Gun Metal Sage in the building. We got Wild Child 730 NY2 Vegas in this bitch. We also got our Cali 1. We got Klepto 411. We also got John, that's my real name, Smith in the building. We got Herbert Scott. We got Yoli Spinner. We got the Ninja Ganko, Lamar Rolak. We got Chi-Town Dan in this motherfucker. We got Ed Boy in the cut up in here. We also got, who is this? We got Born Star, T-Mac. We got Bill 930505. We also got Witch, Dr. Strong. We got Nick Carwell and here, She and Artie Aaron 70 from across the pond. What's good, my peoples? What's good? I hope everybody, oh, and I see LJ Brown. What's going down is in the building. Oh shit! Look, followed in. Look. I see Splosh. We got Amateur Buttes. We also got Klepto. Oh wait, did I get Klepto 411 earlier? I don't know if I did. Yes, I did. Oh goddamn! We also got Jamal Simmons in this bitch, and we got the Copper Broom up in here. CT Kook, what's good? All right, y'all. You know what? Let's do a little personal housekeeping here, man. I hope everyone's been well. I've been well. I don't know about. I can't speak for everybody else, but I know I've been good. That's right. Hey. Sometimes there's one of those things where with the roll call, it's like a. Sometimes I don't feel there are times when I forget to do it, and it's like I feel like something's been missed. I feel like, you know, the show doesn't go as well as it normally could without the roll call. So yeah, no, it's totally get it. Let's see here. Oh, what? From Berlin? What? Perfect entry coming through, talking about coming out of Berlin. What's good? Gordon Mayon, what's going on? Oh, let's see here. Oh yeah, no, we got Also too, dude. Shout outs to George Perez, Neil Adams. You know, like I said, we have lost two pillars of the comic book community over the last couple of weeks, man. Like we lost Neil Adams, you know, 1 week, and then literally like within almost exactly a week to the day we lose George Perez. And it's like, man, doesn't feel right, man. Doesn't feel right. Hey, it's true. We all woke up. We out here. Look, as far as I'm concerned, it's a win. It's a win-win scenario. You woke up, you're feeling good, you got air in your lungs. I would not want it any other way. I would not want it any other way. Let's see. Let's see. Hey, thank you, Jamal Simmons. Thank you. Yeah, that's right, man. We're creeping up, man. We're creeping up. I think we are. Yeah, we are not far. We're not far away. We're not far away from. Oop. Ooh, wait a minute. Hold on. I got stuff hidden. Lord. There we go. Yeah, bring that up some. We want people to see these things. I was very confused as why I didn't see it. I was like, why are we hiding things? Why are we hiding things? Here, let's do a little quick. Here. Will this do that? Yeah, here. Let's move that. Let's move that out of the way for a second so we can see this. Hey, thank you, Gabriel Knight coming through with the 1999 super chat. Thank you for that, Gabriel Knight coming through, saying dropping this early, loving the beard. Thank you, man. I'm working on. I'm trying to get my shit together. My beard game has always been lacking, and we're trying to get right. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get right. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? That's what we're trying to do here, man. We're just trying to get ourselves, together. Man, I see you in here, Vampire Hunter Greg. Y'all don't know, that's Vampire Hunter D's vampire hunting cousin. In case y'all didn't know. I see you in here, T1000, out here still on the hunt for John Connor. Let's see here. Let's look at a couple questions. We got a little bit of time. We got about 15 minutes before we're gonna bring in Newton. So we're gonna do something we normally don't get to do very often. Since we're technically usually this would be the time me and Carter would just bullshit with one another. Just kind of getting the juices warmed up so we can get to the show and do it right. We'll do some questions. You get a double questions section in this show. Let's see. Let's take a look here. Let's see. Jamal Simmons asks, says, congratulations to 66.9K subscribers, Blerd and Carter. What will you do for 70K subscribers, Blerd and Carter? Well, I don't know. I had been thinking about this. And you know what? Oh, man. You know what I should have done? But I wasn't sure when it was going to happen, so it kind of just crept up on me. It's one of those things I wasn't as prepared for. But we'll probably do a special... like a special video, something along those lines. Probably maybe a little... Well, you know what? I tell you what. There are some characters that I think a lot of people Because usually what we do, I'll do like a big character breakdown video or something like that. Technically, we just did one for Blade, which for those who haven't seen that, that is up on the channel now. Full character breakdown on the Daywalker himself. I would definitely say if I was going to do anything, I'd probably just do another character breakdown. I'm going to look through and see what's on the horizon, what do I have kind of ready to go, and then we'll kind of go from there. But I'll definitely be doing something though. I'll definitely be doing something for it. Let's see here. Yeah, you know, it does feel, yeah, you know what, that does suck, because Carter's not here to be in his feelings about it. Let's see, how was Mother's Day? Mother's Day was great. We actually kept it kind of chill, because the schedules that the two women in my life, my mother and my wife, the schedules that they keep, my mother works on Sundays, and she works nights, so she's usually asleep. So we didn't really do anything that day, and my wife, she works nights as well, but she's off on Sundays, but she works the Saturday before, so we didn't do anything. She slept. She slept in and kind of, you know, kept it chill. And so basically what we ended up doing on Mother's Day proper was mostly just chilling and kind of just letting them do their, you know, whatever it is they need to do, chill, relax, whatever, take it easy. You know, I played goalie or whatever with the kid. And then we went out for burgers and shakes, and went to go see Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Oh, for me, a second time. For them, first time. And yeah, that was pretty much it. That was that was my or that was our rather Mother's Day experience. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see here what we got here. Oh, wait a second, John, that's my real name. Okay, yeah, I'll take a I heard something was going on with that. I'll have to take a look at it. Get the God of War beard. So that's that Isaac Hayes. Hey man, look, I'm just out here, man. I'm just trying to live my best life, man. Yeah, it's one of those things, you know, every once in a while I do like not having facial hair, but man, like, I will say it makes me feel younger. But every now and again, man, I actually really like having a little, have a little something, you know what I'm saying? Let's say somebody drops a 1,999 super chat. Would you drop a full music video? I mean, look, I would come up with something. And Carter would hate me for it, because I would just let that motherfucker play. I'm like, all right, y'all know what time it is. Here, go ahead and drop the video. I would literally have it on my stream deck, so I could just hit a button. Boom. There it is. Let's see here. Let's see here. Wait a minute. Carter said for 70K subscribers, Carter will make sure to show up on time. Look at him. Look at him escaping out the Hellfire Club. Man, look at him. Look at him. This man done literally just got done piping out Lord Chantel behind Sebastian Shaw's back. Let's see here. Carter, you gonna be able to get in here? And join us? Let's see, was it oh wait, here let me see, what do I got here? Here we go. Ernie, you and Carter need to show like Deezus and Mero on HBO or Showtime. I mean, hey, look, I'm not saying I wouldn't do it. I totally would. I would love it. I would like, you know what I would like to have? With that kind of money, I would like to have, I'd like to be able to say what they say, on a more weekly basis. Like, we have an illustrious guest today, but I'd like to have illustrious guests every week. That would be awesome. But nobody returns my calls. Here, let's see. Okay, cool. Carter said he'll hop in a few. We got him. Yeah. Thank you for that. It's a truly gifted brothers you guys are. Man, we try, man. We really are. We're trying out here in these streets. R. Callie says, did you see that speculation is Ric Flair is going back in the ring? Not hating, but why? Yeah, I'm asking the same question, man. Ric Flair needs to sit his ass down somewhere. That man is... Look, okay, there's 2 people on this earth who actually, no, 3 people on this earth who I feel like need to just sit down somewhere and chill out. And for the most part, they have all refused. With the exception of the Undertaker. Undertaker finally retired. Finally. I was like, dude, Undertaker, just sit on down, brother. Take that young knee. That knee you do where you put your hand up in there, you're like, yeah, like that. No, I'm gonna need you to take that knee. I'm gonna need you to take that young knee. You know what I'm saying, my guy? Oh, goddamn. Oh, Lord. Why? Like y'all know like when you hear the yeah, there you go. He's like yeah, no, I'm gonna need him to sit down. And then also, who else was it? You got Ric Flair, of course, as we just mentioned, and then Terry Funk. Terry Funk needs to sit his ass down somewhere too, man. I worry about Terry Funk, man. Terry Funk's one of those guys from like yesteryear. He's just still out here and doing hardcore matches too. He's not just going out here having regular matches. Terry Funk is out here, getting caught up in barbed wire and falling off of the top rope, getting thrown off the top rope and going through tables and doing fights and crowds and shit. I'm like, dude, no, Terry Funk, sit down somewhere. If Mick Foley is smart enough to sit his ass down somewhere, you need to do the same as well. Okay, anyway, let's see here. Carter the Phantom Zone. Yeah, no, Carter's on his way. He's on his way. I think he overslept. Let's see. Bill says, Jonathan's getting involved in an amazing fantasy anthology starring Spider-Man, but is it not his next big Marvel thing? I don't think this is his next big Marvel thing. I think this is more of just something he's kind of doing in between. Because he's also, he just recently had a story in Moon Knight, Black, White, and Blood. Black, White, and Blood #1, if I'm not mistaken. He had the first story, I believe. I think there's just something he's just doing. If I had to guess. If I had to hazard a guess. Let's see here. Yeah, Ric Flair's 70 years old. He needs to sit his ass down somewhere. Not the Ric Flair, not the limousine riding or Rolex wearing no more. He got bills and Vince got paychecks. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. You know what it is? Ric Flair's the Uber riding. He's the Uber riding, coach class flying. Wheeling deal, like not even no longer the wheeling dealing kiss stealing son of a gun, more like the wheeling dealing young wife marrying son of a gun is what he is now. Terry who? Yeah, no dude, Terry Funk. A lot of y'all probably don't remember Terry Funk. Terry Funk was out here back in the day. He's a legend. He's a legend in the wrestling business. But I guess, you know what? Let's see here what we got. Talking about a tag team with the Rock and Roll Express. Oh my God. Not a 6-man tag. This man doing a 6-man tag. Sit down somewhere. Oh my God. Does that feel horrible? I thought that man was dead. Nah, man, he's still with us, man. He's still with us. Let's see here. We got one from the Ninja Ganko with the $10 super chat. Says, morning to Blerd, Carter, and everyone in here, man. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Let's see. Bill says, could it be possible that Mr. Sinister is making his own Royal Flush Gang? After that reveal, the comparisons are crazy. Yeah, well, the thing is, I think what a lot of people never thought about, too, especially, you look at, Mr. Sinister. Because that was the first thing I thought of, too, was, you see Mr. Sinister, he's got the club on his head. Normally, got a diamond. I'm pretty sure you're going to wind up seeing like a spade and a heart before too long. And hell, there might even be a joker somewhere there. A big joker and a little joker. You never know if they decide to get crazy enough with it. Let's see here. It's actually about almost time for us to bring our guest in, I believe. I believe it is almost that time. Let's see here. Let me. Ooh, whoa. What is happening here? Okay, there we go. Let's see. Yeah, we'll put that over here. Maybe. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Well, yeah, let's see here. Actually, we still got a couple. We'll answer a couple more questions here real quick. Well, we got a little bit of time. Let's see here. Let's see here. Charlize Theron is possibly surely getting her own sideshow collectible after her recent post of her 3D scans. I would not be shocked or surprised. I would not be shocked or surprised at all. She might be getting a hot toy here before too long. Look, she gonna be out here. Let's see here. Let's see. Legion of Doom, Demolition, the Heart Foundation, the Rockers, and many more legends. Dude, no bullshit. No bullshit. I remember, dude, that was like I know a lot of people, it's not probably not the golden age for a lot of people. For me, definitely was the golden age for me in coming up with wrestling as a kid. Yeah, dude, shit like you see like Legion of Doom, Demolition. Oh my god, dude, the Heart Foundation used to be. Honestly, that pretty much put me on Bret Hart for the rest of my life. So let's see. What if the Ace Sinister is the original one, and the Diamond one has been a clone all this time, and we have never dealt with the original Sinister? Dude, honestly, I'd be interested in seeing that. I would be interested in seeing that. I wouldn't be against it. I wouldn't be against it. But something tells me we're definitely going to be seeing some pretty wild shit coming up here for too long in regards to what's going on with X-Men right now. And with the implications of everything that's been going on with Immortal X-Men, there's some crazy shit on the horizon. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that out there. There's some crazy shit on the horizon. Here, let's see here. Oh, wait. Ooh, man, look at y'all coming through. Hey, and I'm gonna second that. Yeah, if you're a horror action game fan, yeah, I agree with the Elite X1. Definitely go check out Evil Dead. I'm actually really enjoying that game. I was very cautiously optimistic about it. Like, you can even ask Carter. I was like, now I'm gonna have to see some stuff. And then once I actually saw some people playing, I was like, okay, I completely get it now. And I've been loving it. LJ Brown with the 4. Actually, I love how they break this shit down. We're just gonna round this shit up because I think YouTube is trying to fuck on my boy LJ Brown. Here's LJ Brown with the 5 pounds. Says, I see Blerd is hitting his beard game on flex, but needs to be careful. Your beard is dangerously close to Dr. Umar. Just saying. Look, you know what? There's actually a reasoning behind it. I had to let the mustache go. Cause, as a lot of you may know, I use a CPAP machine when I sleep at night. So, and I use like the nose pillow deal, where just like it just rests under your nose. That shit is very uncomfortable when you have a mustache. So I had to make some changes. Some changes. Let's see. We also got Go Contrary's baby's father with the $10 super chat. Says, Blerd, did you read the latest latest Nebula? If not, it was about her coming to a man's world, but the cop told her it was too soon for a black. Oh, the latest Nubia. Got you. For a black hero to appear. What are your thoughts? You know what? I actually have not gotten. Wait. Was that the one that they did where it was almost like an anthology series? Not the Wonder Woman Historia thing. That's something else. But they had an issue. I think it was like Nubia, Queen of the Amazons, or something like that. It was like just a single like one-shot issue, but it was like a bunch of different stories. I haven't read through all of them, but I definitely will. But I do think that because if I'm not mistaken, I think if I did remember hearing somebody talk about it, it seemed like it was a story that I think maybe might have taken place like way earlier. But yeah, that's one of those things you see that a lot, because I remember when Blue Marvel came out, it was like that. It was a whole deal about him being a superhero, and people were, oh no, we can't have a black superhero. Like the president's like, oh no, the world found out the Blue Marvel's black. We gotta get you out of here, man. Ain't nobody ready for no black superhero in the 60s and the 70s. Like, okay, all right. Which, I mean, to be fair, they're not wrong. They're not ready for a black superhero now either. Can't go look at Captain America. Let's see. Oh, hey, what's up, Sigma Comics? Actually, you know what? Dude, yeah. Hit me up. Actually, I've been meaning to reach back out to you. I'm terrible with correspondence. I appreciate the $10 super chat. This is Beloved Blerd. Brother, issue 5 of Here Comes Calico hits Kickstarter on Tuesday. We appreciate the support you gave us and would love to come on and talk about it. This issue is going to be hot. Yeah, definitely. I tell you what, after this show, I'll shoot you an email and we'll set up a deal. Let's see here. We also got Walter Baptiste with the 1999 Canadian super chat. Says it's not the same without the look on Carter's face. I have to get going. We're having Reno's done. Drop me some show recommendations. I'm going to check y'all out on the rerun. Get them likes up, man. We appreciate you, pimp. I will definitely say as of right now, currently. Oh wait, here, let me see something real quick. Oh, you know what? I'm an idiot. And here, let's do this because I'm not smart. There it is. Okay, there we go. All right. Anyway, I did a dumb thing. That's all that is. So we'll charge that to the game. I was like, oh, wait a minute, it's almost that time. I was like, oh, because I didn't send him the link for the thing like I said I did. So Newton, if you're in here, I apologize. I did not realize I did not put the link in the email I sent saying, here's the link. But here it is now. Like I said, we're professionals here. Anyway, as far as show recommendations, the thing that, I mean, honestly, I know this show's over now, but right now, currently, my big thing has been I've been getting caught up on Ozark. Like Ozark was one of those shows I tried to start like a ways back, and I realized it was a show that my wife would probably like, and we just never found the time to pick it up. But finally picked it up, been really enjoying it. I also highly recommend if you've never seen the Netflix show Russian Doll. Season 2 just recently came out. It's also really good. I don't think I like it as much like the first season, but it's still a good season. And then, of course, what was another one? Flight Attendant is another one that I'm really enjoying. Trying to think of any other ones that are across my mind. If I think of any others, I'll bring them up. But yeah, those are. Oh, there we go. Hey, we got the homie Newton in here. Here, I'm gonna let me hold on. Let me do this real quick so I can. Here, hold up. There we go. Here, hey, what's up, Newton? We're about to bring in Newton real quick, y'all. Give me uno momento, por favor, y'all, and it would be much appreciated. Here, let's see. All right, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are back. I got the homie Newton Lilavois with us. Did I get it right this time?
Perfect.
What? Oh man! See, there you go. See, y'all didn't think it was possible. Y'all think that I suck at pronouncing names, which y'all are not incorrect at all.
He's been practicing.
Because I felt really bad because like it was one of those things. Like I always tell people, don't charge it to my head, not my heart. I'm terrible with pronouncing names from all backgrounds, all regions. It doesn't matter whether it's American, European, Japanese, Chinese, German, whatever. It doesn't matter if you got any. Like it's a wonder that anyone like. Remember, we got a guy in our chat right now, John Smith. It's a wonder I've never fucked up his name. So, and I probably have. But no, we got Newton Lilavois with us here. Now, for those of you who are, I would say, a lot of y'all are here probably are familiar because we had Newton on, not too. For me, it doesn't seem like it was too terribly long ago, but it probably was a while ago, like, because everything is a blur for me. But we had Newton on a ways back with TJ Sterling. To talk about the comic Villainous. And he is back yet again because he's got another hit coming y'all's way. For those not familiar, Newton is, I would dare say, probably, would it be safe to say like the mastermind, or at least one of the masterminds behind Dream Fury? Comics. And for those who are not familiar, also one of the masterminds behind good lord, I don't know why I just had a total mind fart here. Crescent City, City Monster.
Crescent City Monster.
Yeah, and he's got a new one coming this way, called Kisha Demon Eater, which I just want to go ahead and just put out on full blast. Looks amazing.
Thanks, man.
looks amazing. So, what's been going on? Well, yeah. Before we get into the whole deal, let I do want to ask real quick. What's been going on with you since last time we had you on?
Since I was on, so the Villainous Kickstarter wrapped up with TJ and I. We did a really good job. We, thanks to our backers and fans, we reached 17K for that project. Yeah. So yeah, thank you for everybody who supported, who helped spread the word, especially you, Ernie. I know. Once we got on your podcast, forget it. We just blew the numbers out. It was like,
hey,
we went from $50 to $17,000 in like 2 minutes.
Don't let them gas me up like this, y'all. Don't let them gas me up like this, y'all. They were doing just fine. But like, so we can definitely say more Villainous on the way.
That funded, that was successful. So right now I just launched Kisha on the 10th, so it's been 4 days now. Wow, it seems longer.
Wow.
And you're doing Kickstarter projects. So it was May 10th, right? This Tuesday it dropped, and you must be a real, I guess you must be like a really lucky charm, because just before I got on the show, we just made the $8,000
what
campaign goal. Yeah, so I was like, so I think it was like 20 minutes before the show, and I looked and I was like, oh, we still didn't make goal. I was like, okay, I gotta get on the show, maybe we'll make goal. And I checked 5 minutes before, and boom, there we were.
Man,
like $8,036, I think. And I was like, oh man, Ernie must be some good luck charm. So the pressure's on, bro.
Hey,
so after this podcast, I'm thinking that we're gonna be at 20,000. So
hey, look, let's go. Hey, y'all know what to do. Look, matter of fact, y'all, real quick, I did just put the link to the Kickstarter. It is in the chat as we speak. It is a pinned message, so it will be up for the remainder of the show. Also, the description for the video, so underneath the video down here, go look in there in the description. You will find a link to the Kickstarter in there as well. And once the show is wrapped, I'll also put it in a pinned comment below the video as well. So so make sure y'all go check that out. But you know what? All right. So Kisha Demon Eater, which just rolls right off the tongue. Just also want to put that out there.
Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. You know what? It's crazy because when I was thinking about the name, I was thinking like Kisha the Demon Eater, but I was like, nah, that doesn't sound right. I said, just Kisha Demon Eater. That just just flows. Yeah.
Well, because it's one of those things you think about, like some like, all right. So when you're talking about like characters who exist in like a supernatural spectrum. Characters who exist in like the supernatural realm where like they're dealing with like monsters, demons, angels, whatever. Because they always kind of have that moniker. It's like, oh, so and so. Was it
like Buffy the Vampire?
Buffy the Vampire. Yeah, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Yeah, was it Damon Hellstrom, son of Satan? You got you got Blade the Vampire Hunter, or the Daywalker, something like that. And then it's like I was like, I like that because like it literally tells you everything. I almost say everything, but it tells you the main thing you really need to know about what this character is and what they're gonna do. Like you're like,
exactly.
Well, her name's Kisha. She's gonna be tearing some demons up. So let's go.
It just writes itself. Like the name just writes itself, right?
So what was the talk to me about what was the inspiration behind this, and I guess also actually, and also tell us what's Kisha Demon Eater about?
Yeah, so the story is about Kisha. She's from New Orleans. Mm-hmm. She's 16 years old, and she accidentally releases a demon. So now this demon, she gets possessed by this demon, and the demon also attracts the attention of a demon hunter. So now the demon hunter is after her. She's possessed by a demon, and her family's concerned for her. So they sent her out to an aunt who lives out in Kansas. This is an estranged aunt, kind of like the black sheep of the family, but she has the ability to exorcise demons. So they're like, all right, let's send her to her aunt in Kansas. So Kisha gets to her aunt in Kansas, and she finds out that the small town is not what it seems like, and it's a really dangerous place. And so now she actually needs her demon to survive whatever she encounters in the small town. So that's the basic plot of the story. There's a lot more to it, but we'll get to that as this conversation rolls on.
Mm-hmm. So now we've been properly introduced to our star of this comic, Kisha. What kind of inspired this story? Because I mean, it for one, let's go ahead and get this out here. For one, and I'm gonna bring this back up because I want y'all to see what I'm talking about here. Kisha looked dangerous. She looked dangerous. You ain't pulling up on Kisha. All right, let's go ahead. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real here. You ain't gonna just pull up on this girl. She literally is wiping blood off her mouth and got a whole demon's arm ripped off in her hands. You're not gonna just go pull up on her, like you somebody, So, this character, for one, looks awesome. Character looks awesome. Really cool. I love the design behind this because it this kind of, I guess for lack of a better way to put it, it kind of puts me in the mind frame of we for those of you who are like your anime heads, most anime nowadays I feel like is centered around teenagers. I feel completely aged out of the hobby, yeah. But I'm like, man, we're gonna get some anime on some grown folks, damn. But I need an anime main character with bills, okay? I need an anime character that can relate to me.
You know what he does? He gets his like bills, right, and he throws them at you. Yeah. And he uses it as a weapon, slices people up with it.
He's like, here's the utility bill. There you go. That's my ultimate power. But no, like it's but like the whole like the school uniform deal and like the teenage character with like a lot of yeah, you could say responsibility or like a huge mission, like something that nobody else can do. Only they are the only ones who can, tackle the problem that's that's coming their way. What were some of the inspirations behind Kisha Demon Eater?
Yeah, so it's from a lot of different places. The inspiration is crazy because, it's from a lot of different sources. So to really answer that, let me start from like what kind of like first the first inspiration was I was doing research on African demons, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm digging deep into Wikipedia, spending like already like 30 minutes like thing, and then an hour rolls or 2 hours rolls, and then I'm like, yo, who's this? And there's a demon, right, from a tribe in Angola, right? And the legend is about this demon named Kisha, right? And it's a wicked demon, right? So he's got like he's a handsome dude, on it, right? But the back of his head, he's got a hyena, right?
Okay.
And he goes around and he seduces women, and he impregnates them and then kills them once they birth him demon children, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yo, this guy is crazy. I never heard of a demon that does something like that, right? And he had some other interesting characteristics, and I was like, yo, this is a crazy legend. And then I thought to myself, like, wait a minute. I was like, what if he had all sons, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he had a daughter, but he hated his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, yo, that's cool. I was like, that's interesting, right? So then
Right.
I said, well, what if his daughter is like, so she's crazy, right? Not so okay, maybe not crazy, but the way she reacts to his hatred is like is she says, well, I'm gonna make my father love me, and the way she does that is by devouring her demon brothers.
Right.
So she starts eating her brothers up, and Pop Dukes is like, what the hell? So he's like,
It's like, eat my kids.
yeah, he's like, and he already hates her, so he's like, yo, what is this girl doing? So he entraps her, right? But she gets released by Kisha, right? So there's Demon Kisha, right? And they happen to have the same name, right? Demon Kisha, and then she gets released by Human Kisha. And that's where Kisha gets her appetite to eat demons, because the demon who she's possessed by eats other demons in the first place. So that's why she eats demons too, right?
Right.
So the initial inspiration for the Kisha story itself was that Kishi legend, right? The real legend from Angola. So I just kind of like added my twist to it with the daughter and whatnot. And then the other inspiration is are my daughters, right? Because when I was creating the story, like the main character, before I thought of like it being a female character, I was like, I wanted to create a story because my daughters, they've read my books, but they're really into anime and manga, right? So that's kind of a little bit where a little bit of the inspiration for Kisha came from, because in manga a lot of the stories about high school kids and their uniforms, and always like it's always like school. The school like half the stories takes place in school, or they're school students, right? So I kind of started from there, and I was like okay, and I wanted a story that my daughters could kind of like look at and relate to, because they read my book, but like Crescent City Monsters is not like their thing, I was like,
okay,
man, I want them to like I want to make something that like, oh wow, look, this is cool, because when they read Crescent City Monsters, they're like, okay, this is cool. But they go on to their manga stuff.
So like, anyway, let me open this One Piece. Whole new chapter of One Piece is out. That's cool, but I gotta see what Luffy over here about to do.
Yeah, so and especially my youngest one, she's 16, but she's both into manga and anime, and so manga is not the same as comic books. She doesn't read comic books, but she reads a ton of manga, right? So so to them it's two different things. So I wanted to kind of like reach that audience, because that's I think they're like the future of comics. You know what I mean? Because to me, it's still comic books.
Right.
My daughter might not think so, but it's it's the same thing. So
If you want to ruin the illusion, just tell her that it all started with Disney. Just tell them Japanese artists were inspired by Disney, and then it'll ruin the illusion. They'll be like, oh man, this is weak. But no.
Yeah, that might go a different way.
Yeah.
So once I once I was doing that, I was like, all right, I want her to look this way. So it's not totally like manga style, because I can't really write that style for that style or that thing, but I just wanted there are different parts of it to appeal to it. And I also wanted a female, especially black female character. So my daughters, like, if they wanted to cosplay, they could cosplay, Kisha Demon Eater, so and I wanted a look that was like simple. Like, if you did want to cosplay, it's a real simple look. You know what I mean? You just get a schoolgirl uniform, get a varsity jacket, and some puffy hair, and you're cool. You're good to go.
Yeah. Black for black female superheroes are in short supply as is. So it's like the more you can add to the pot, I think the better we all are for it. So we live in this era where and a lot of people might not see it this way, but I most certainly do. A lot of people think, we've got enough. You've got enough black heroes. It's like, well, no, not really. We still only make up maybe less than 20% of of all superheroes in general, and and that's not even counting everybody else who is even less than that. So it's like and black female superheroes don't even make up a huge portion of that. Less than 20% either. So just we gotta get them out there. You gotta get them out there. But like here's one thing I wanted to ask too, because having done Crescent City Monsters, is this connected in any way, or like is it like same universe, or like is it like separate, or if they are separate, any plans to connect them in any way?
Yeah, so initially what I was going to do is it was going to be a standoff world, right? Different universe. But then I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? I have a lot of Crescent City Monsters fans. It'd make more sense if it was the same world, So if I wanted to do like a crossover, I think people would enjoy that. So what I did is it's the same world, but there's not really like a lot of overlapping characters. Like I don't really make a lot of reference. There's only one reference, and I guess because it's one of my favorite creatures is the Grunch from Crescent City Monsters. So there's like one reference to the Grunch to kind of like let Crescent City Monsters fans know, like, okay, they share the same world. So if you follow, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I see. But other than that, just a little like things. So, but yeah. So other than that, there's so far there's not a lot of overlap. Maybe in the future there will be, but I didn't want to be constrained with because right now Crescent City Monsters is on Forge, so I didn't want to be in a situation where I'm writing something and have like some kind of character overlap, but then I'm forced to include something, and once I continue Crescent City Monsters, I'm like, oh man, but in Kisha Demon Hunter I said this, so now I'm gonna have to make sure that that
you have to deliver, man. You got to deliver.
Yeah. So I was like, I have to line everything, so it's just easier just to, for now, just to make them in the same world, but really not like a lot of overlapping characters so far.
Well, I mean, honestly, because we live in this. We live in this current stage of media where everything's got to be connected. Yeah, everything's got like everybody's looking for the next shared universe. Or like, oh, hey, well, you did this one thing, so is this thing a part of that, or da 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 da, whoop de woo, whatever. And so yeah, it's one of those things. I always feel like that's kind of the place I always hear people go to.
Yeah, but
with anything
the
like
thing
that.
too is the reason why I did it too is because I wanted to have a different feel than Crescent
Right.
City Monsters. So I didn't want to be stuck like people having like the same expectations that they have of Crescent City Monsters is the same that they would have like of Kisha Demon Eater. So
Right.
I just wanted it to be like a different feel. Which I think it's still possible to do that and share the same world. Like the MCU does it because you look at Guardians of the Galaxy, right? Has a totally different feel than the Avengers, right?
Right.
Two different teams, right? But they still live in the same universe. You don't really have the same expectations as things. So
they could cross paths at some point. It would be like it's a tonal difference.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I want to have the same thing. So with Kisha, I want it to be it's going to be dark and gritty, but not as serious as Crescent City Monsters.
Yeah.
I want to have some fun with it. Stories a little less complex because with Crescent City Monsters have there's a lot of subplots. With Kisha, there are very few subplots. We really focus on Kisha and the trials and tribulations that she goes through.
Like, and I guess like you kind of take like the what's the term used was the hero's journey, but kind of mix with like kind of like a coming of age, but just like on a more darker side of things, like maybe it's darker narrative or darker subject matter, just in terms of the origin of the story, but yeah, like I like that because. I mean, well, for one, I think, growing up, I think at some point, unless you're just, you have a stone cold, heart made of iron or whatever, I think we all at some point kind of, wanted to be that character. We're always like, oh man, I want to be like a superhero. I want to be like somebody who's like, I'm going to be the one taking down the bad guys. I think everybody kind of feels that, at some point, which is probably why stories like what we talked about earlier, resonate so much with people, and regardless of age, you hit this point where you feel like, oh, I got this story where I'm reading where this character is they're overcoming insurmountable odds. And yeah, dude, and it's all while they're trying to juggle all this other stuff.
Yep.
It's why Spider-Man is so successful. Because everybody can relate to just having a lot of stuff going on in their life that they have no control over. It's why it works.
I think that's one of the reasons too why I wanted to really write Kisha, because I wanted a character like that, someone who's young, who's going through certain things, and I have teenage daughters, so I see some of the things that they're going through, and it's like reminded me of what it was like when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
And so I was like, just kind of exploring that journey into adulthood, and is crazy. And it's funny too because when I started writing Kisha Demon Eater, I would post a couple of things, and there was a couple of comparisons to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So I knew the series was popular, so I was like, let me take a look at it. But when it was out, I never watched it.
Okay. I was the same. I didn't watch it till after it gone off the air.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I was like, all right, I knew. So I was like, I know Buffy the Vampire Slayer has a really big fan base. So I was like, all right, let me check it out, because I think it's on Amazon, right? Amazon Prime. So
yeah,
I was like, all right, let me go check it out. And I wanted to find out, like, I wanted to see what the appeal was about it, right? It didn't really age well, but
no, it did not. No, I will say this though. I tell everyone this who has ever come to me and asked me, should they watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer? I always say this: skip the first season, just start with the second season. Yeah, you'll feel like you missed something, But if you go back and see what you missed, you'll realize you missed nothing. You'd be like,
Yeah, I
well-
struggled. I struggled through the first season. I'm up to
Mhm.
the second season.
Okay,
And
second
I
season's
had to-
good.
I slowed down because
Mhm.
I was like, man, how many episodes does the season have? I was
It's like 20 something. Yeah,
I was
22.
like,
Yeah,
Oh my
I will
God.
say the best seasons to me,
Mm.
the best seasons that they have
Mm.
usually have the best villains. Like season 2 is great because you got a pretty solid villain there. Though they kind of they take a while to find their footing on who the villain is for the season. But season 3 is great because the villain of that season is just hilarious because he makes no sense. It's like if you took Mr. Rogers and turned him evil, for lack of a better way to put it. And then you've got season 4 has its moments. I'm not the hugest fan of it. And then you have season 5, which has my favorite villain, like probably bar none my favorite villain on the show. Because it just keeps escalating. It's like, oh, well, you fought this. Now what are you going to fight? And also, I will say season 4 has the worst villain or main villain of any of the seasons. Season 6 might also be kind of a second favorite just because it has some of my favorite episodes. Like there's a musical episode, which is ridiculous, but very hilarious and funny at the same time. But a tap dancing demon. Who thought that would be scary?
that's the thing too. When you watch the show, you gotta really you can't judge it in terms of like the shows that you see now. You have to judge it in terms of like what it is for when it came out.
Yeah.
You can't start like this is no True Bloods.
Right. Well, this isn't like Vampire Diaries at all.
Yeah.
Like well, not like I said, it didn't age well. Like because that was a show that was made like it was like the late '90s to early 2000s. And even
it's crazy. And so the thing about it too, one of the things I realized like about it too is that when I was like breaking it down as to why she was popular, I was like, okay, because the show was really about, even though she was a vampire slayer, they really try to make it about Buffy and the personal things that she goes through.
Mm-hmm.
Like her vampire slaying things was almost like a side note because the vampires in that series is very weak.
Yeah,
like, those are the weakest vampires I've ever seen.
Oh yeah. Oh no. You just.
Yeah.
Like they're no match for the Slayer. Like there's never any danger for Buffy. Later there will be because she fights because they have to get away from vampires at a point. But yeah, early on the vampires are like no match for her.
Yeah, they're like really easy. She's like, this is a cakewalk. So and it, they really focus on like the personal side of her. So I was like, that's exactly what I want to do with Kisha Demon Eater. And I think that's going to be like the real interesting part, and I want to also make the demon that she's who possesses her, like force her to look at some of the emotional things that she's going through, and like give her sort of like a tough love, in a crazy demon way. You know what I mean? Like, like her therapist, but in a, can I curse it?
Yeah.
In a fucked up way, like damn. But in the end, Kisha learned something about herself. That was fucked up, but at least you learned that.
Shit. But no, it's I like that though because as we just said, Buffy didn't age particularly well. I mean, there are aspects of it that are like, you're like, oh, that was very ahead of its time. But at the same time, like, you go back and it's like, yeah, you could definitely tell it was the 90s, the early 2000s. You could you'd be like, yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. But I like this idea though, because like you can kind of do something that actually represents a more up-to-date feel, addressing issues that would be more relevant to a teenager, or not just a teenager, but anyone who's old enough to have ever been a teenager, that they would still be able to understand and get and be like, oh yeah, no, I totally see where that's coming from. And not only that, maybe even address like as you said, you have daughters, you can address something that affects black teenage girls in a more up to date fashion. Like you can address it. You can literally just kind of cover all the bases there. Which I said, I think it's really awesome. I think like I said, she just looks like a badass. I just want to put that out there.
And the one thing too that I want to do too with the demons is, besides just being like these monsters that just attack people, I also want them to have a set of demons that are more like manipulative, right? So they lie, and so like and they do in such a way that you're forced to kind of like evaluate yourself. If you have some kind of like personal tragic flaw to you, it for like these demons, like if you don't conquer that flaw or fix that flaw about yourself, you're gonna be exposed to the deceptions of these demons. You know what I mean? So I want to be able to use the demons as an instrument of either a way that if somebody doesn't conquer what fears or personal flaws that they have, they're doomed, right? But if you can look within yourself and have that like self reflection, kind of like, hey, you know what, I need to fix this about myself. Then you can conquer whatever the demon's throwing at you, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
No, I like that. It's funny that all this is kind of because it's all happening organically right now. Right now in my current media consumption habits, which by the way, callback. This will be a callback to I believe it was Walter Baptiste put this in the chat earlier, asking for TV show recommendations. Okay. I've been watching a lot of Ash versus the Evil Dead lately because I was getting myself in the right mindset for when the Evil Dead game came out this week. Because it's one of my favorite shows. I go back and rewatch it all the time. But I was like, I want to go back and rewatch it again, even though I not that long ago rewatched it earlier this year. But no, one of the things I like is because when someone fights, all types of different enemies and villains and problems to deal with, and in all kinds of popular media, you have your typical supervillains, your mustache twirling villains. You got your there's always Nazis. You can always punch Nazis. Those are always a safe bet. You've got aliens. You've got all kinds of other types of just random and sundry supernatural monsters and stuff like that. But I always kind of feel like demons are like, and you know what? Much like Nazis. They're probably one of the few types of villains that it's perfectly okay to kick the shit out of. And no one's gonna bat an eyelash. Like, no one's gonna be like, no, you shouldn't do that. But the thing I like about it is, when you have demons as, I guess, what is like your antagonist, there are so many different, random ways you can tackle it. There's so many different aspects. Like you say, a lot of this stuff can make Kisha have to look within herself, or you have to maybe putting foot to ass is always my preferred method of tackling my problems. Sometimes you kind of have to go the other way too, or you got to think outside the box, which actually is what I think not in early seasons of Buffy, but later seasons of Buffy, I feel like was actually a strength. It's like, sometimes you can't punch your problem. Sometimes you can't stab it in the heart with a stake. Sometimes that just doesn't work. Right.
Sometimes.
But other times, yes, you just perfectly fine. Just boom, punch him in punch him in the mouth. But yeah, I like the idea of this character, like, because we all kind of have our own, quotey fingers, demons, and in this literal case, Kisha literally does have her own demon. But I feel like something like this is just opens itself up to so much commentary and metaphor in so many ways that, like, the story possibilities are like nigh on infinite. Like, you could just do so much with this. But,
that's one of the reasons I'm really excited about it. You hit it right on the nail. I mean, there's so many possibilities, and it's just like there's so many symbolism that you can kind of like look into, especially the relationship like with the demon Kisha and her father Kishi. You can explore that. It's just so many ways to go with it, and that's one of the exciting things about it. And I think too, that's because when I started writing Kisha, I was like, all right, let's see, what am I gonna do? I did the outline, and then I just started really writing it quick. It just like things just started coming, and I was like, wow, okay, there's a lot. It feels a lot more. It was easier to write than it was than Crescent City Monsters. With Crescent City Monsters, I have to kind of like sit down, with a bottle of tequila and like really think about it. Like, where am I gonna go with this? Okay, that doesn't work. This flows a lot easier. Not that Crescent City that's the wrong way or a bad way to go about Crescent City. It's just a different way because it's just a different story, different field. So I have to kind of get into a different mindset. But with Kisha, there was a lot of things that kind of flowed, and I was like, this is kind of cool. So, and oddly enough, speaking of, because going back to the original question about inspiration, when I was about, I had finished the first chapter mostly, right? But I wanted really to kind of like say, okay, going forward, like really, how do I want to structure Kisha's character? And believe it or not, I actually was reading Octavia Butler's books.
Okay, all right.
It's sci-fi, but she has Black female leads in her book, and so I was like, it helped too because I was like, okay, kind of like see what she was doing with her leads, and how I can make sure I don't fall into some kind of like man trap, like as a guy you think a certain way, so you might portray like females a certain way, and then something like
you ain't trying to Frank Miller it. You're not trying to Frank Miller it. No shade on Frank Miller, but just and then if you're not a hooker or a ninja, you can't be a strong woman. I'm sorry. Just being real.
So I didn't want to fall into a trap like where I'm just writing it from a perspective that's too male, like, you know what I mean? So I was like, all right, let me check this out. So, and that helped out a lot. And I like doing that too, because for me, it helps to read or watch something that has nothing to do with what I'm writing about, right? Yeah. So like, this is horror, supernatural. I do not want to like, I did watch a little Buffy, but that was after I wrote the first volume. It was just more of like, okay, there's gonna be a lot of comparisons to Buffy. Let me watch, a couple of the first seasons and see what's up. Why people love it so much, and if a Buffy fan comes up to me, I can kind of talk to them a little bit about it. But most of the times, like I stay away from anything similar because I try to think. I want to come at it from a different angle. So right. Octavia Butler, of course, is mostly sci-fi. So that was perfect. I was like, no chances of demons, popping up in their stories. So, but for me, it was mostly about seeing how she handles her female characters and
Mhm.
trying to see if I can use that as baselines for my characters. So you know, that also helps going forward.
Which I think that's actually sound advice, because as I, a common thing I always hear, when talking about different types of characters, doesn't matter whether you're male or female, but it's characters with different backgrounds, cultures, whatever. One of the things I've always noticed is some people always bring up, well, this character, doesn't act like, fill in the blank type of, person that, they're supposed to be. And that's one of the things I always say is that, sometimes, in order to write something that, clearly, you don't have the perspective of, you can always, it's always good to listen to those people's perspectives. And like I said, read Octavia Butler, and like I said, you have your own daughters, to and experience with them, to base off of, like I said, getting those perspectives. It will only give you more perspective as a writer, in like, oh, well, this is natural. Like, you can be like, okay, yeah, I can make this, sound and read more natural, than, if I didn't at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of the, like, it would be no different if someone were, if I just magically one day decided I'm going to write a story about, I don't know, a guy, living in, I don't know, Eastern Europe. I'm gonna write a story about a guy who I've never been to Eastern Europe. I don't know anybody from Eastern Europe. I don't know squat about Eastern Europe. But I'm talking to people or experiencing things, that come from that region to get a better perspective. And like I said, I think that's literally like, I wish more people did that. Because it just makes the experience that much more authentic.
That's a good example, because like, if like I started writing something about you said a Western European character, right? Like, and I just did no research at all. I'm sure a Western European person would be like, what did you do? Like, this is not who we are. We do not act like this. We wouldn't say anything like this because, we don't think like this. We don't talk like this, So, yeah, you always have to do that research and, and just do the right research. Never think like you totally understand, like, something that you're not really a part of,
right.
Just always, but do an honest job at it,
like that's how we got all those that's actually people not doing the due diligence. That's how we got all those all those black male stereotypes back in the 60s and 70s. That's why Luke Cage and Jon Stewart and all these other black characters were always so angry.
And even continues to today, like what do you call it? What's that show? It's a horror show, American Horror Story.
Oh yeah.
They have a character, Papa Legba, and that character looks like another voodoo lover, Baron Samedi. Which, like, he looks nothing like what he should,
right?
And it's like, man, you guys didn't do the research to, and it's like, and so now the worst part is when you type in Papa Legba, because the show is popular, this is the image you see, and it's so wrong. It is so wrong. It's like, and you like Google and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe.
And this is what people are gonna go with. They're like, oh no, this is what's supposed to be.
Yeah, they're gonna think like, oh, this is Papa Legba. You're like, no, that's not.
It's like, no, not at all. This is not it.
And so, and things like that. And it's like, I know as a writer, sometimes you'll take like some you'll have like creative license, right? But that right there is like, that.
Yeah.
that right there is
There's
not creative.
creative license, and then there's just misrepresentation.
Yeah, that was like,
Yeah.
like,
It's like you got to be careful with that sort of thing because you can, like you said, now that's what everybody sees. They don't see
I was like,
what they should.
Didn't they do their research? I mean, like, what?
Nope.
I was like, and you know what? You know what I was thinking? I was like, the worst would be like, if they did do their research, but they were like, you know what?
This sounds
But
better.
yeah, this looks better. You know, let's make him look like Baron Samedi instead of Papa Legba. So why don't we change the name? Nah, I like Papa Legba better. You know, it's like
That was, I mean, honestly, that's how I felt about the. I think some of the people in chat might know I'm talking about too. The Netflix. There was a Netflix anime called Yasuke, which is based on the actual, historical figure Yasuke.
Yeah, I saw it, yeah.
Yeah, and he was literally like the first, I believe, only black samurai in the history of Japan. And I remember watching that. I kind of walked away from it a little cold because, while it's entertaining, it's just like, so y'all didn't think a story about a black samurai, an African samurai, mind you, coming up in a xenophobic nation. Y'all didn't think that was interesting enough, huh? I was like, all right, cool. But there are some other there's some other things in there that like it actually does work, but it's just like, man, I kind of just wanted the regular story, man. I want y'all to focus on this thing. It's cool, but
I'm gonna not have any comment about that. That series, I was like, it wasn't really what I expected.
No.
It's just, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to say any more than that.
Hey, look.
Because then
I feel you.
I'll spend another hour going on.
Oh no. Oh no. I feel you. I feel where you're coming from. I feel you. But no, I guess it's a good enough as time as any. Because I do actually have a question in here that here, let me see if I can go back here and find it. There you go. We did actually have one here from earlier. My homie John Harris, the Black Rogue. Coming through. Oh, dude, this is my guy right here. Dude, first off, thank you for the 19 months, my guy. Thank you for the 19 months. Says, what steps? Well, I guess technically we did kind of answer this a little bit, but it says, what steps do you take to make your characters, live? I guess just giving them, giving them that spark, that makes those characters come to life.
I really just think them through. I guess like most writers. It's funny. I never really asked a lot of writers like how they go through their creative process, but
yeah.
A lot of times too, like when I'm walking my dog, that's when I start thinking about the characters. But I'm sure it's the same with most writers. You see everything as like a movie playing out in your head. So same thing with me. Like everything plays out in my head, and I try to add as much emotion as I can, like realistic emotions and realistic reactions. Because one of the things that really always bothers me sometimes when I watch a show is when they brush over something that's really serious. Like, your mama died, and they're like, oh man, my mom died. And anyway, out to save the world. And you're like, damn, your mom just died. I know you guys saved the universe, but I still, at that point, for myself, I think like, okay, would saving the universe, even that something as important as saving the universe, something, if you're really close to your mom, something like that might not even mean anything to you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Realistically, like you might be at a point where you're just like so broken that you're like, why I don't feel like saving the universe? So I look at, what I mean? It's like, and I, try to do it from a realistic kind of like point. So that's one of the things too, like with comic books, I lean towards more of like a realistic thing. I'm not really up into that, superheroes, we hold ourselves to a certain standard, I will not kill. Like I could never do a Batman character. It's like,
it's very outdated. It's a very outdated way to do a superhero because life isn't black and white. You know, there's no. You shouldn't live by absolutes. You know, at least only in the strictest and most very specific of situations. But the world is a morally gray place. Like there's black, whites, and millions, if not billions, of different shades of gray in between. And I feel like a lot of times, it worked for the 40s, the 50s, and the 60s, and even the 70s. But I kind of feel like as we've progressed with comics, I feel like a morally gray character is more relatable to people than one who is like the White Knight. Yeah, I'm the White Knight. I have to do what's right, and I have to do it by the book. I have to be the good guy and set a good example. And life isn't that simple. Life isn't that simple.
It's not. Because like if you're a superhero and like you have a super villain and they're attacking you, let's say they know your secret identity and if that was me and they were really dangerous, I would kill them because I'm like, I'm thinking like, I don't want them coming back hurting my family.
Yeah. You got to go.
Yeah, it's like you gotta go.
You got to go. Wait, you know my address?
Yeah,
you got to get up out of here.
That's doing my family. It's like,
well, because at that point you're negligent.
You come back and kill me? Oh,
yeah. Well, yeah, no. At that point you're negligent. You're a negligent superhero if you let the villain live and they know where to find you.
Yeah, it's like you're putting your family and friends in danger. You know what I mean?
Right. It's like even though I don't like talking about this film, but I always think it always makes me think back to like Iron Man 3. Where it's like he's like telling the Mandarin, he's like, no, this is my address, pull up. And then he pulls up. And he's like, he actually did it. I didn't think he would do it. It's like, no, you told him. You told him the address with the zip code, even the extra part of the zip code with the dash, and then you told him that too. You literally said, no, come on and park around the back. We only use the back entrance. That's what you may as well have said.
See, that's what I'm saying. So like when I create characters, right, I try to create them as realistic as possible, and I think about real emotional responses like to what they're going through, and I think that's really important because then you can really connect to them. So like I try not to take things that they're doing like and just like toss it to the side. I like try to think like, okay, really, like how would someone respond to this situation and why would they respond? And I try to stay consistent with who the character is. Another pet peeve of mine is when I see characters do things that are really not within their nature, or like what they earlier like I remember I was there was a show called 24. I'm not sure if you remember.
Oh yeah, Jack Bauer.
Yeah, with Jack Bauer, and I'm not sure if you remember. There was the female president, and she was like so hardcore. She was like she had these principles that she was like, I will never break these principles for no one. In fact, she so she actually I think she ended up prosecuting her daughter or her husband or something because they did something illegal, right? And she was like, and then but next season she does something illegal, like, and I'm like, what? I was like, what? She put her daughter in prison.
This
and now
moral
she's
high
like,
horse.
yeah, and now she's like, oh, I'm about to break the law too.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I'll even take the stance that like, if you're gonna do something like that, at least give me a logical progression between.
And
show me that show me that she's going that direction. Don't just be like, well, this is the way we're going now.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. Yeah, you hit it on the nail. That was exactly my point too. I was like, at least they could have like showed you like a progression of her slow decline, like why she did it and thing. But no, it was just like all of a sudden, somebody just said, "Hey, look over there," and then
she's like,
punch you in your face. It's like, oh, I didn't see that coming.
It's like, wait a minute.
Why'd you do that? But better analogy is like somebody's serving you like a steak and shrimp dinner, and like you finish eating the dinner, and they just punch you in your face. You know?
Yeah, it's like, oh, wait a minute, I thought we were
Why would you do
cool.
that?
Well, it just, yeah, I don't, yeah, you got to be more natural with it. At least you're gonna do something like that. Show me, it's, yeah. I think anyone who's taking a math class can probably relate to this, but it's like what the teachers used to always tell me when I was in like algebra. Show your work.
Yeah.
Okay, you. I know you know the answer, but show me how you got there. It's like, yeah, it's easy to have the answer, but it's harder to show how this gets you to that. And that's the thing. It's like sometimes a lot of people like to take shorthands, and sometimes shorthand is okay. Like, I'm not down on shorthanding certain things sometimes if I feel like it's something that should be easily understandable to someone with like a pair of eyes and like maybe a portion of a brain. But to show a character take like do a 180 like turn, you have to set it up. You have to plant the seeds. And I'm not saying you have to spend like 20 years setting it up, but I mean, it should at least be like in the case of like a TV show, I would always say maybe spend like half a season or a whole season building up to this one thing. Or, in the case of comics, maybe spend 2 or 3 issues, maybe kind of planting a seed here and there. Maybe, put a little something here, maybe a little something there. Say, oh, wow, you know what? She was always, Kisha always had these, these principles about, doing this one thing, but, well, maybe this one thing she encountered, maybe a couple issues down the road, maybe kind of opened her eyes to a couple things. Maybe somebody pushed her a little too hard, and maybe she might have overreacted here, but she didn't cross the line. And then, but maybe later on, maybe someone else, maybe they, oh wait, well that pushed her buttons. Well, maybe let's see, let's add this into the equation. And then she's kind of like, not quite. You almost got me. Yeah. And then maybe maybe a few more stories down the road, and then eventually it's like, oh man, dude, Kisha had shot off. Dude, she out here, man. She's not just eating demons. She's eating everything. She's tearing everything up. But no, but the thing is, it wasn't like
that's exactly it.
It wasn't like oh hey, this is the character, this is everything she stands for and what she's about, and then like, oh, by the way, ball that up, Kobe, and now it's a free for all. You can't do that because it's whiplash. It gives you whiplash.
Some people they do really, they'll do something like, I don't know, somebody step on Kisha's sneakers. No. It's like,
oh man, you scuffed the Jordans. Oh man.
Yeah. Now I'm about to kill everybody. I was like, what? Wait, that's the reason why she and and to your point, they'll probably do it like maybe like a few panels or maybe a few pages. They won't really take time to build up to make it seem like realistic. And I really love your example about like the math example, like show your work, because it's like in math, there are a couple of times when like you got the right answer, but you went the wrong way about doing it.
Yeah,
right? And it's like,
right. It's like somehow it's like, wait, how'd you get this shit?
Yeah. So it's got to be believable, right? When you show your work, it's got to be believable. Like, okay, how did you get to that point? And that's a perfect analogy, because it's like you need, as a writer, you need to show that work. Show like how you got from one point to another, instead of just skipping to it. So yeah, I mean, and I think I just spent like 20 minutes answering that one question. But...
well, I mean, hey, it is okay. It is okay in my eyes. It is okay. I am perfectly fine with that. I actually do have a question, or that's not actually a question, more of a statement actually. One of our guys, Ed Boy in the Cut, says, "Hey, dude, I highly recommend the first 2 books of Marlon James's Dark Star trilogy. That's an African fantasy epic with African demons, vampires, giants, etc."
Oh, really? Dark Star.
Yeah, dark. Yeah, actually, and I will say, Ed Boy has put me on to some pretty wild stuff. So I was like, yeah, that is it's worth it. It's definitely worth the look. It's definitely worth the look.
Okay, I'm looking it up now. Let me see. I see a Dark Star. But it says Alan First. I don't think that's the name that he said, right? Who?
Here, let me see. I'm gonna pull it. Let's see. Here it is. So here it is. I found it. It's Yeah, this is it. Okay, a Dark Star Trilogy. What is this called here? There we go. All right, I found it. Okay, so yeah. One of the books is called Moon Witch Spider King. That's the second book.
Oh, okay.
In the series. And the first
Marlon James. Okay.
Yeah, first was called Black Leopard Red Wolf. And there's Moon Witch, Spider King, and apparently the third book is not out yet.
Okay.
But they look interesting. Yeah.
Too. Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, they've gotten two so far. I think the third one is likely in the pipe.
Oh yeah, after this interview, I'm definitely gonna download this thing.
Yeah, like I said, it looks awesome. It looks pretty awesome. Here we got a couple of other ones here. Let's see. We got Gokon Shuri's baby's father says with a $5 super chat says Blerd math teachers do that to see if you use a calculator. Oh no, I know because my teachers used to catch me using a calculator all the time. More often than not. Using the calculator.
But these days, I know sometimes my daughters they actually get to use calculators in class.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, teachers are way cooler about it now. It's like, where were y'all when I was coming up? Because I sucked at math. Math was literally my worst. I was an art student, and I was really good with English and science. Math was my worst subject. I hated it. Math was the worst part of my day. Like, that was the part of the day where young Ernie would literally, like, people, like, when they go to work, they sit outside of their work in their car and they cry because they don't want to go to work. That was me going to math class. I would literally go, and when I was actually able to drive myself to school, I would literally go I would literally leave the school, go to the parking lot, sit in my car, and cry before I went there because I knew I was going to fail. I knew it was gonna happen. But let's see here. We got another one here. Let's see. Oh, Abraham Robson, the Golden Corral combo. Oh my God! Now I want Golden Corral. Thank you, Jesus. Let's see here, and let's see here. I thought I saw another one in here earlier, but yeah, I'll give you that. There was Night Tellum says, sometimes we need the White Knight characters, though. That's the issue with Superman now. People want him to be so flawed. It's okay to have a couple of White Knight characters, but you shouldn't have every character have there's certain characters who have had enough done to them that they should not have a no-kill policy, or oh no, I have to set the right example. That's my problem with Superman, is that Superman has fought people who have literally tried to kill him and hurt his family. And in some cases and he still does the whole, no, I must be better. No, you don't. You know what would make you better? You kill that motherfucker. Otherwise, your kids ain't gonna be better.
For some reason, Superman, I don't mind. You know why? Because I find it interesting. Because first, he's not. To me, he's not human, right? So he goes by different rules and whatnot. And then second, it's interesting because it's really like a test of character. Yeah. For me, for Superman, it's a test of character. Like for Batman, it's not really a test of character. No, you must kill people. Yeah, in your situation, it makes sense.
Otherwise, there's gonna be more Thomas and Martha Waynes laying around here. If you feel where I'm coming from, there'll be more. There'd be so many Martha's pearls hitting the ground if you didn't have the no kill policy. Like Punisher makes perfect sense. Yeah, kill them all.
Superman, it's like, okay, he's so powerful, like having that moral boundary is sort of like what makes him interesting. You know what I mean? For him to follow, because like he literally could do anything, right? So it's like, but the fact that he has these boundaries really, I think, makes him interesting. Like if he didn't, like let's say he didn't have those, he would be even. you would think like, oh no, that would make Superman more interesting because he could just go around killing people. But would it really?
Not really. Injustice has taught me otherwise. he's not interesting as a killer.
Yeah, so it's like, I think him having to deal with that is good because well, for his character, because it's like it's who he is, so with Superman, it sometimes it's cheesy, but actually, like, you sometimes you just do need that one character, but but like you said, it's tough when they're put in situations where like your loved one is at risk, because as a regular person, I don't care who you are, like if your family's at risk,
right? The morals going out the window.
Yeah.
Well, it's why I like to use Daredevil as an example. Even though he technically is kind of in the same vein as Batman, he does have a no-kill policy. But it's not necessarily because he doesn't want to. It's more because he knows he shouldn't. He knows it's morally wrong, but if pushed, he will. He tries to set a good example, but ultimately in the end, he very well may likely wind up killing somebody.
When the horde of like ninjas come at you.
Oh no! If it's ninjas, they're dead. He's like, it's the hand. They're zombie ninjas. It's okay. We killed them.
Yeah,
it's okay. It's okay. Trust me. We did the research. It's like when you watch a big Hollywood blockbuster movie. It's why I always tell people, like, because I always hear people complain about the Avengers movies where like, oh, there's killing robots or aliens. It's like because the MPAA, they don't care about aliens and robots and demons and monsters. You can eviscerate a demon or a monster or an alien or a robot in the most brutal way humanly possible and still come out with a PG-13 rating.
Really? I didn't know that.
You can, because they're not real. They're not human. Now, you can't do that to a human. You get a rated R. You will get a rated R. If you go back and watch some of those Avengers movies, there's part where they're ripping robots in half. They're snapping aliens' necks and like cutting monsters in half, and like there's parts where those movies get really gruesome. But nobody cares because they're not real. Also, they're CGI. So
two demons have like sex, is having sex.
I think now that's where you get. Now that's where they're like, all right, now hold on. What was it? And I can definitely vouch for this because there's a movie on Netflix whose name escapes me at the moment, but yeah, it's okay because no one needs to see it. I wish I didn't see it, but literally has two monstrous creatures having sex in it. I was just like, this is not the thing I thought it was, and I'm now scarred for life. But
I'll never look at demons the same way.
No. I think it was like something in the woods, or it's some Netflix movie. It was what was it? Netflix, the
Bad
Woods.
movie.
It was like it was a terrible movie. But yeah, I think it's like Nobody Sleeps in the Woods Tonight or something like that. It was like I said, it was
that's really good advice.
Yeah. That was the name of the movie. Nobody Sleeps in the Woods Tonight. The first movie's okay. Second movie, I would skip it. Just pretend that the movie ended on a good note. Just pretend that the first movie is the only one that exists. But that said, let's go ahead and get ready to let's go ahead and wrap up here. Let's real quick. I do want to say again, those who are here, go look at the pinned message in the chat. The Kickstarter link for it is there. Kisha Demon Eater. Go check it out. Go back it. Go get all that goodness in you because if I'm not mistaken, you're getting a 70. Was it 70? Is it 72 pages?
72 pages of amazing artwork from the absolutely monstrous artist Giancarlo Bernal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which, by the way, if you're familiar with Crescent City Monsters, also the artist on that. So if that's any frame of reference to go by, you know what to expect. The guy's a beast. He's a beast on the pin. And like I said, there's different levels to back at. I mean, there's all kinds of crazy stuff you can get. There's multiple different covers. There's different, like you can get it digitally. I believe is there a physical version of it?
Yeah. So there's the digital reward tier, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a reward tier with the standard cover. I don't even like calling it standard because the artwork is just amazing. It's more than
Yeah.
it's standard. But then there's also three other variant covers, and then there's a bundle collection of all the books, and which is at a lower rate than if you bought the books individually. So
Right.
if you want to do that, you as a collector you could snatch that up. And then there's another tier that we have, which is called the Dream Fury collection, which includes Crescent City Monsters and all the Kisha books. So yeah, definitely if you're a Dream Fury comics collector, you should definitely get that. So yeah, I try to make the rewards just strictly about the books because it not only makes fulfilling faster, right? Because all I have to do is just ship out books. I'm not worrying about T-shirts and pins and prints and whatnot.
Yeah. You
But,
focus on the stuff that matters.
yeah. I just wanted to focus on the books and like really, not really think about anything else because Kickstarter campaigns can get complicated and really involve a lot of work. So, I just wanted people to go in, pick the books that they like, pick a variant cover, and then boom, that's it. Make it simple.
There you go. I love it.
If people tell me, hey, I want a T-shirt or a pin, it's like, all right, we'll get that after the Kickstarter.
Hey, look, you are speaking my language 1,000%. Let's you know what? I guess where can the good people find you on social media?
Yeah, so across all social media, they can find me at Dream Fury Comics, DREAM, Fury is FURY, Comics. That's Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Okay. So y'all know, and make sure to go follow them so that way y'all can be kept up to speed next time Newton and Jane have something coming up. Y'all know what to do. Y'all know where to find it. Y'all know about it. Go get it. Go back it. Make sure y'all go click that link up there and down there, depending on which one you can get to first. Go check it out. I promise you, it is a really, really awesome comic. Kisha Demon Eater looks amazing, so trust me, you will not be disappointed. We are going to take a very brief break, and then I will be back. I want to thank you so much, Newton, for hanging out with me, chopping it up with me, talking about comics and everything else that came up. And like I said, next time next time you have anything coming up, hit me up, let me know. I'd love to have you back on.
Thanks, Eddie, man. I appreciate you.
Anytime. Everybody, we'll be right back. All right, y'all. We back. I got Carter. I found him. He was out farting around somewhere. I guess let's go ahead and get into here. Actually, we got us a super chat here. Apparently, let's go ahead and get on that real quick. Let's see. We got the Elite X1 says audiobook series Evil Genius. A guy who's Lex Luthor smart becomes an anti-hero that kills villains and then starts killing problematic white knights. Ooh, I like that. Actually sounds pretty good. I like that. Thank you for that $5 super chat, by the way. Also, glad to hear you're enjoying Evil Dead. I am as well. Actually, a couple of friends of the channel. Robo. The Robo Strange and his wife Maneater, they both are enjoying. I believe. At least I know she is enjoying. She hit me up earlier this morning, telling me she was enjoying Evil Dead. So there you go. Like I said, man, the game's good. It's fun. Good fun, not for the family.
Yeah. It's funny considering that on release, I had already put 12 hours in.
Oh yeah, nah. I played some. I didn't play online, but I did play some of the missions, like the solo missions, just trying to unlock stuff. That third mission, I do not like. I don't really like any of the solo missions, just because they're like the second one was fine. The first and third one are a little annoying because I feel like the first one kind of goes on a little too long.
Yeah.
And the third one, I feel like, I mean, I'm sure maybe to some people they give you enough time, but I don't like those Elagos demons because they're just, I don't know, they're a pain in my ass.
So let me preface all of what he said by agreeing with it, but also saying that I got past it at work.
Oh, look at this man.
But I've seen several people that asking the same question and different things. And I know a lot of people were waiting on you and I to play it because they wanted to watch us play and show stream and stuff. So let me go ahead and get this out of the way. Evil Dead is no way, shape, or form in any realm of niggerdom. It is not Dead by Daylight, people, in the slightest. The only thing it has to do with Dead by Daylight is it's asymmetric. This game is more so. It's more so an amalgamation of almost like the Friday the 13th running around gathering materials. But if you were a fan of Evolve, you're gonna like this. You're gonna like this a lot. You can't control the monster outright. You kind of have to put pieces in place. But in its base core, like if you like Evolve in any way, Evil Dead is fire.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I guess let's go ahead and get into our news, man. Let's get into our news.
Okay. I like that the stream cleared up. Looked like your internet didn't get you anymore, and my internet actually cleaned itself up.
Well, no, what happened was I was doing too much. I had too much shit open. Is what was happening. That was the problem. But you know what? We're here. Let's do it. We got stuff we can talk about. Let's get into the first thing. First thing is going to be in regards to Ms. Marvel. Ms. Marvel. We got on the horizon.
Yep.
The Disney Plus series, which I believe drops, is it May the 23rd?
Is it really?
I believe so. Or no. June.
Okay.
June the 8th. June the 8th. It drops June the 8th. So yeah, we've got
May 23rd would suck so bad. Dude,
man, what you saying? But no, we got the new Disney Plus show that's gonna be coming out. That people are excited for a lot, but the thing that people have been kind of not crazy about is the change to Kamala Khan's powers, which, to be fair. And we've seen this, we've talked about this. The change doesn't really even seem to be so much that she can't stretch. She can still stretch. We've seen There are images out there, and I believe I even have a few of them myself, where we've seen Kamala Khan affect the stretchy powers that that she has in the comics. To some people that is enough. To others, not so much. But like here, I even have it here. Let's see. Here's a shot right here where you can see right here. That's her leaping through the air. She's got the giant fist, with the embiggen going on. She's got the super long legs. It's literally a shot straight out of the comics. But the thing is, it's the origin of her powers that's changed, and a lot of people weren't happy about this. But the co-creator of Ms. Marvel, Kamala Khan, she thinks it's okay. Sana Amanat, who was the one who created this character, co-created this character rather, she actually came out in a interview with Entertainment Weekly saying that obviously so much of the show is an adaptation. And we thought it was important to make sure that her powers are linking to larger stories in the Marvel universe, and more specifically the Marvel Comics universe, is what I think she's actually talking about. She said, we wanted to make sure there's a little bit more story to tell after this series. Obviously, she goes into the Marvels, which is the Captain Marvel sequel. The powers do look different, which is very controversial. I know people are like, how dare you change the powers? I know people are upset about it. But as someone who's probably one of the closest people to this character from the inception, and having spoken to Willow, and she's referring to G. Willow Wilson, who also co-created this character, says, she's spoken about this as well. She says, I think Willow and I have always felt that this made sense. This was the right move because there are bigger stories to tell. Now, what she's talking about is the connection to Captain Marvel. Carol Danvers. That, for those who don't know, Kamala Khan, one of, and I would even dare say the biggest influence in Kamala Khan's life is Captain Marvel. Like, hands down. Hands down. It's not even a question. But that is actually something that comes up quite a bit. She's a huge fan of Carol Danvers, whether it was her time as Miss Marvel or time as Captain Marvel. She has posters of her all over her wall. She is pretty much her favorite superhero. And one of the things in the comics, which, to be fair, is something I always thought was kind of odd too, was when the character first came out, one of the things that crossed my mind was like, I was like, okay, so she's like a legacy character. She's picking up the mantle of Ms. Marvel since Carol moved on to being Captain Marvel. But I was like, okay, so she has powers just like, Carol Danvers. Okay, cool. And then I started reading the comic, and I was like, no, she doesn't. She has nothing in the way of powers like Carol Danvers. She's basically like a more modern take on Mr. Fantastic, with a little bit of Ant-Man in there, since she can shrink and grow. But that is something I always thought was a little weird. But I mean, eventually, because the comic was so good, I got over it. I mean, it's like, whatever. So it does make sense for, in this new iteration, to kind of deviate. Because, the types of, especially if she's going to be in the Marvels, alongside not just Carol Danvers, but also Monica Rambeau, it makes sense that you might want to go a different direction, especially since at the time when this was all being made, they weren't really even sure what they were going to be doing with the Inhumans, and that whole debacle. They
were going to make them blow their heads off.
Yeah, that's you're probably correct. You are probably correct. But the thing is, what are they going to do with this? How are they going to tackle? How are they going to tackle this? How are they, what are the changes, and all that other stuff? The thing is, and we've kind of seen it once again, we know that, she is going to have, yes, we've seen how, some of the things have been changed, but at the same time, some of them aren't really all that different either. Like, I mean, like I said, the whole, her doing the whole embiggen with the fist. We see it here in this shot here. It's there. Like, it's not gone. It's there for Queen and Country to see. And they're even going to be addressing some of the things, from the even from the comics, and even the comics don't really fully address themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But that said, Carter, I mean, I think you and I, we've talked about this too, but like, how do you feel about the changes? Were you triggered?
I wasn't really triggered, just because it was plain to see that they were getting away from the Inhuman stuff, and I think a lot of us thought that we weren't gonna see hide nor hair of the Inhumans ever again. And then the Multiverse of Madness came out, and then everyone kind of perked up a little bit, like, okay, wow, we're really bringing it in. Oh, never mind. No, we're not. He's gone. So just as quickly as people thought that we might get the Inhumans, in the span of what, not even a 10-minute scene, they came and went.
Right.
Now, that's not to say that the Inhumans still don't exist, because all that did was show us that even though the show itself got canned and we haven't seen anything with these characters, they're still around. So they're very easy to be picked if they want to be. But with all the Captain Marvel stuff and all the shenanigans that are going on with that, and Marvel taking a lot of creative freedoms and liberties and changes with certain things that they think would better benefit an overarching story as opposed to just a one and done kind of deal, I think it kind of makes sense that they're not going to go the Inhuman route. Just because, in MCU right now, people always like to bring up the show as like one of the negative connotations with the Inhumans, but now you can bring up the Doctor Strange movie as something negative as well. So, they both got canceled. So it didn't really bother me as much. And I really don't think it should bother a lot of people, just because I've warmed up to something that Donny Cates said and something that some other people have said, and it's just that the stories that that you love still exist. Yes. They're not thrown into the abyss just because you're seeing a different version of them. You have to do different things to open up the eyes of several different people. Look at Sonic. Look at the Sonic movies.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey doesn't look like Dr. Robotnik.
No.
Nobody lost their minds about it.
No.
Because it wasn't for you, really. When I say you, I just mean older people. They're trying to show things for a new set of people. The stuff that you remember still exists: video games, cartoons, comic books, what have you. But this is for the grand audience. And with Ms. Marvel, if you love the G Willow stuff like I do, you can very easily pull it off your shelf. You can go get it at a Barnes and Noble. You can order it on Amazon, and hopefully they don't send you a jacked up copy that's broken like a certain home of mine. So,
like what they sent me. Yeah, like what they sent me. Let's go put some respect on it.
So, I don't really mind it at this point, dude. They can change the powers and do whatever they need to do to help that story. I just want a good story.
No, 100%.
At the end of it all, I don't care what they call it, embiggen, embolden, caps lock times New Roman. I don't care what they call the move. If it's something good around it, then that'll be fine. So,
well, I'm gonna use an example. I'll use an example: Spider-Man.
Okay.
The Sam Raimi Spider-Man. Originally, like, a lot of people like to pretend that everyone just went along with the whole, he has organic web shooters. No, they didn't. People freaked out about it at first. Yeah. People freaked out about it. People didn't like the fact that he didn't have web shooters like in the comics. There were people, and Sam Raimi even recently came out and talked about this when he was doing press tours for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. He talked about how people sent him death threats and got angry with him because they saying that he ruined their childhood by taking away the web shooters and making them organic. And then the first movie comes out, and then all those people shut the fuck up. So that's what I tell people to do, man. Just wait to see what happens. Now, Sana Amanat does go on to say more, saying that it's really fun to give Kamala different kinds of powers that feel big in scope and cinematic in a different way, since we can do a lot of fun things with her in this. She's like, I don't want to spoil too much about how she uses her powers, but they're fun and bouncy. At the same point, the essence of what the powers are in the comics is there, both from a metaphorical standpoint and from a visual standpoint. We're doing the embiggened fist, we're doing the elements that make her feel and look kind of crazy, but also really cool. She says, I think it's going to be familiar to people, but at the same time, different in a fresh and unique way.
And
yeah.
And here's the thing. The people that are really the ones that are complaining about this aren't the people that they need to be marketing towards. They're not the people that they're marketing towards.
No.
They're marketing towards a completely different age group, a completely different set of individuals, because the people that are having the issues with the power aspect of it, those people, let's say for the sake of conversation, that they make it Terrigen Mist.
Yeah.
At some point, just like for whatever reason, everybody knows that Doctor Strange got everybody murked. Everybody knows, you know what I'm saying? So let's say, okay, cool. We'll give her the Terrigen Mist. Well, how did she get the Terrigen Mist? Oh, Black Bolt did a bomb during Infinity. Did I miss that movie? When that happened? No, this is what you wanted. So, and I say that to
say, you ain't shit, by the way.
and I say that to say, oh, so she got her powers? Okay, cool. But it happened during Infinity. A Terrigen bomb? What the? I don't like that. They didn't show me that. They didn't do this. And I'm saying all that to say, even if they were to give her what the minority wants, they're still going to find some way to complain about something. Oh, she got him big. Well, I don't like the character. Always got a hair in a ponytail. I don't like the way she sits down in that chair when she slouches. Kamala Khan wouldn't do that. This character that she has a crush on wouldn't do that. Those people are always going to find something. I'm sorry to say.
Oh, yeah.
Those people are always going to find something to complain about, because in the grander scheme of things, they just want to be negative. Because how many times have you and I seen it? And we've even seen it in our chat a few times. Phase 4 is this. Phase 4 is that. It's not even done yet.
Right. Like, oh man, phase 4 is garbage. It's like, is it though?
You know what I mean?
Okay,
and I'm not trying to just delete how people feel about something. I'm not doing that. But I'm saying that a lot of people won't just do a wait and see approach.
No.
The show is not out. All you're looking at are stills. We've seen a teaser trailer and one trailer. That's all we've seen.
That's all we got.
If you wanna have that opinion, at least wait for a finished product to be in front of your face so that you could absorb it, and then you could talk about problems.
Right.
But like, just to go back to your original question, how do I feel about it? I don't care. let me. I want to wait until the show drops. You know, because I told it, like, I know people are gonna pull the Blerd cave back because they're gonna say, "Well, you didn't say this on the last one." Of course, I'm going to watch it because I gotta watch it because I gotta do the Blerd cave with whatever Ernie is on my screen right now. But but I mean, like I said, like I've told you all several times, and I'm trying to get it through to everybody. I'm just a fan of good stories.
Yeah.
If this is a good story, I don't care how they do the powers. It's still a good story. Period.
Facts. Well, and the thing is, some of the core elements that I think a lot of us would expect, Sana Amanat has gone on to say those are there. She said that, the comic was very much a guiding light force We needed to make sure that it worked in the MCU, of course, but we wanted to make sure that we had that quirkiness and that stylistic distinction that the comic did so well. We wanted to find our own MCU version of it. So we're doing things in the show that we don't really do anywhere else in the MCU. It's kind of told through the lens of Kamala's experience and her wild imagination. I think the brightness and the colors are where we go in the Marvel universe, and in Kamala's universe is really what makes it stand out tonally and stylistically from everything else. And
that's great.
Yeah,
And that's
like
very
that. You've read Miss Marvel. I've read Miss Marvel. We know what to expect. Kamala is a very vibrant, very out there, highly imaginative character.
She's a spunky nerd.
Yeah. That's period.
And people people are so worried about the wrong thing. I don't care about powers. I just hope everything works out great because that demographic needs that representation, because the only representation that they really have like that is to some people that just don't know any better and are just ignorant to certain things. The only representation that those people have is Great Khali, Bin Laden, and Mia Khalifa. For the wrong reasons.
For the wrong, I'm glad you said that, because I was sure about to say for the wrong damn reasons. That seeing her get her back blown out.
So they need that representation. So I'm just hoping that it works out from that standpoint. So because I hope it works out for them in the same way Black Panther worked out for everybody else.
Yeah.
You got everybody doing this, but they run it into the damn ground. Now you got white folks constantly running out here talking about how they can do this all day. Not one of them a patriot, but we got Shang-Chi now. Even though I didn't like Aquafina was actually tolerable in that, and not much else. But yeah, I think it's all about just getting good representation at that point. I don't care about how her powers are. I just want everybody to have something to latch on to. We got a two-piece. We got Black Panther and Captain America real quick. So just some people are really worried about the wrong thing, and that's very, very concerning. It's very, very concerning.
Oh no, 100%. I 100% agree. And then the last thing, just. Look, because I saw some people on Twitter doing this. Putting up review, kind of like that video I sent you, Carter, that was reviewing Evil Dead, even though you could tell they didn't play it.
It hadn't even come out yet when that video dropped.
But here's the thing. The reason why I brought that up was because I saw people doing the same thing with Miss Marvel on Twitter. People who had not seen it yet, but were already reviewing it as if they had, and it was like. Talking about how they did this, they did that, and it's like, no, they didn't. Just be quiet, sit down. So like I said, I just want people to calm down, chill the fuck out, because there's there's people with bigger problems. There's people with bigger problems in the world, and those bigger problems belong to nobody else but Naomi. Naomi is sad in the motherfucker right now.
Did you see the thing that was going around Twitter that showed her flying away?
No, I didn't see it. Bruh,
The CG was so bad.
Oh my god. You know what? Now I gotta look it up. Oh my god.
I gotta find it now. But people were clowning that because they were like, look at Superman and the other people you don't care about. Look at that show.
Oh wow.
Superman and the other people you don't care about. The CG on that show is great.
Man.
But they're not.
Bruh. Oh, let me see. You said it was on Twitter?
That's where I saw it.
Let me see if I can find it. I'm sure if I just
because someone retweeted it.
Oh god.
Because somebody's post was really funny because you saw the terrible CG of her flying away, and then right under that post is what I think you're about to talk about.
Let's see here. Oh, I found it. Ooh, and wait a minute. These fools had the nerve, the unmitigated gall. Oh my God. They put, dude, the official Naomi Twitter account posted this shit.
No.
Y'all.
Hold on. I didn't know that.
Get the fuck. Here, I'm about to pull it up. Let me see if this is the one. Y'all.
Because I can't see your screen right now, so hold on.
Okay, I forgot to put the live up.
You good.
Here, hold on. You know what? Here, let me pull this up because, dude, this is, y'all. Look at this. Look at this bullshit. What? Oh my God! Here, let me fix your camera. I got your camera fucked up over here. Hold on.
Oh goodness.
There you go. I got your whole head cut off here, man. Look, I've done you dirty, man. Let's see. There you go. That's better. But yeah, look at this shit, dude. Why is she? She don't even look like she fought. You know what they did? I can tell you what they did. Someone literally, they shot her from that perspective, like looking down on her. I guarantee you, she wasn't even on a harness. She was just standing there. And they just shaking the camera. That's how they used to do with Star Trek. Like, you know, when people be like falling when the ship get hit on Star Trek, they're like, oh! And then everything's shaking. It ain't because they got the goddamn ship on a rig, moving the set on a rig, moving around. It's because someone literally sitting there doing the camera like this. At least that's how they used to do it. Now they don't do it that way. But they do some other stuff to kind of make it. They put keyframes in to make the camera shake. But no, dude.
The look on her face is like, I already done 15 takes of this. I want to go home.
Man.
My neck is hurting, constantly looking up at this white man telling me action.
Dude, Ibrahim, you ain't shit that man said. That's a lot of forehead. A lot of forehead. I'm sorry, but look here. I just want y'all to see. Look. Bruh. Look at this bullshit. They need their ass whipped. Somebody need their ass whipped. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Whoever did this, Ava DuVernay, I'm sorry, but you owe somebody 5 minutes. You owe somebody 5 minutes. New York style. You owe somebody 5 minutes to whip that ass. Bruh.
Oh, you did.
Man.
I mean, you did. You got a real 5.
Dude. Man. I'm sorry. Look, I can't. Look, y'all.
Said she got to run 5.
Bruh.
Not even she got to run 10 seconds like a normal person. Ernie gave her 5 solid minutes for that travesty.
Oh, yeah. No, she owes somebody 5.
I have asked you several times, let's you and me go 10 seconds, see what happens. This boy said 5 minutes.
Ooh. Oh, wait. Sir G said, no, you got to see the moments before she flew because it's worse. What?
Yeah, this is just her in the air. No, you got to see the lift off.
Oh my God.
That's what I was trying to find on Twitter.
I'm looking for it.
The lift off had me rolling.
Hold on, let me see if I can. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Is this? What the fuck is this? Oh no, that's something else. That's not what I'm looking for. That's some bullshit. No, I'm sitting there. I'm looking because, like, yeah, I see it. All I see, the only thing I can find is the Here, let's do it this way. Let's do just Naomi CW, the latest. Dude, I ain't gonna lie, y'all ain't shit. I'm gonna tell you all right now. Look at this shit right here. Someone put the tweet out because okay. First off, let's go ahead and be clear here. Naomi was canceled, but it wasn't the only show that got canceled. Naomi was canceled right alongside Charmed, In the Dark, and the 4400, I believe. All those shows were canceled alongside Naomi. So it joins Batwoman and Legends of Tomorrow. But I love this shot right here. Like, this perfectly sums up how she probably found out about the show getting canceled. I'm not trying to make light of it because it's not funny, but I just thought it was interesting that someone chose that GIF to go with, or GIF as the creator, who is now passed, seems to prefer it be called. I mean, I'm sitting here, I'm looking for it. I cannot find it. I can't find the actual the whole clip. All I can find is is that part where she's already in the air. But yeah, bruh, somebody need their ass whooped. Elite S1 said 4400 just came back just to get canceled. Well, I mean, here's the thing. So not only did Naomi get canceled and all these other shows got canceled, they did Dynasty, the Dynasty remake that got canceled. Legacies and Roswell, New Mexico, those all got canceled too.
A lot of those, they actually do better numbers on Netflix, so I wouldn't be surprised, especially like Dynasty. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Netflix picks them up.
Oh yeah, but here's the fucked up part: they canceling all these shows. They're like, no, but we got to keep Gotham Knights. It's like, bruh, no, y'all don't have to keep it. We don't need it. We don't want it. We don't need it. We don't want it. But, yeah, apparently they claimed that with Batwoman and Legends canceled, the odds for Naomi getting renewed were better. But that's not the case. I even heard some interesting story. The showrunner of Legends of Tomorrow, did you know when they put Booster Gold on the show, that was an attempt to save it? They hung their hopes on Booster Gold.
Wait. A Booster Gold that wasn't even in the suit.
Nope, wasn't even in.
This was literally the mole that everyone knows, Donald Faison, being goofy for a 5-minute cliffhanger, not wearing the suit.
Look,
that's what's gonna bring y'all back for another. Okay.
Look, y'all thought this was gonna save it. Yeah, apparently the showrunner said that they had a feeling the show would get canceled, which is why they let the show end on a cliffhanger, because basically the dude said he was playing chicken with the network, and apparently he lost. Which, by the way, don't ever do that, because Joss Whedon tried that once and it did not work out. Go revisit Angel.
Wait. He tried to play. I got to put my hat on T.I. style to that one. He tried to play chicken with the CW. You got to get the T.I. fit right now.
Oh yeah, bruh. I got questions. Look once again. Y'all know what time.
Yeah, I really did gotta hit you with the rubber. I wish I had a rubber band. I do have no, that's a mask. Never mind. You look, ain't got a rubber band on, man. I gotta hit y'all with the I'm serious right now. What?
Look, hit him with the Adebisi. Look at this. This was him. This was him in Legends. No costume. No nothing.
But they still got Riverdale, right?
Riverdale, I think, is still going strong.
You know they got superpowers on there now.
Yeah, Sabrina on there now too, ain't it?
Nope,
or she?
Nope.
I thought they did a crossover episode.
They did some kind of. I heard that they did some kind of crossover, whatever. But that has literally nothing to do with it. They just got powers now.
Oh, Lord. Apparently, I forget the name of the actor, but the dude who plays Jughead on the show. Apparently, he said the show needs to end.
Yeah,
he actually came out and said the show need to end.
I feel bad just because I don't know which one of the Sweet Life twins that is. I don't know if it's Zach or if it's Cody, but it wouldn't surprise me. That man went from being in a gang to getting one of the baddest chicks on the show, and now they time traveling Now they got Hulk powers. They got, I think Betty. It got some Jean Grey going on.
Oh Lord.
So they got powers. Period. It's just,
I'm good. I'm good on all that.
Riverdale is based off of whatever they thought about when they were on shrooms. That's what Riverdale is about. Riverdale is not based off of Jughead. Riverdale is whatever they thought of when one writer was eating shrooms and another one was snorting a line of applesauce. That's what that show is.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I mean, look, you know, say what you will about the show, whatever. Look, my whole thing is this. Call
the reason I even brought Riverdale up. Sorry to cut you off.
Oh no, go ahead.
It's funny to me that the show, with a lot of foolishness going on, outlasted the shows that are from comic books that are supposed to have a lot of shenanigans and chicanery going on. How Riverdale, how Archie and them outlive DC's products?
Look, Flash probably next. Flash gonna get canceled for too long. It has to. It has to. I just don't see Flash standing the test of time much longer. Because that show has been garbage for the past, 4 or 5 seasons? Honestly, after Savitar, that was during the Savitar season, which was season 3, show was already kind of going downhill then. Nah, they gotta let it go. You know what? Let's go ahead and keep it moving. I see a lot of people say they can't find the clip. I can't find it either. I can't find it. Here, we got us another one here. Let's move on to the next thing. Carter, this one might be right up your alley, sir. Here, let's see what we got here.
Wait. Ernie, I found it.
Oh, you found it? Send it to me. Send that shit to me. Yeah. Go ahead and send it my way.
I gotta hit you with the real T.I. hat. I gotta hit you with the real T.I. drip. This is look at this. Hold on. Here you go.
Oh, ooh, no, they didn't.
You gotta hit it. I gotta hit you with the real T.I. fit on now. Look, boy.
Oh man. Ooh, no, they didn't. Here, I'm pulling it up now. Hold up. Wait a minute. I'm pulling this shit up right now. Look at this shit. Oh my God, y'all. Here, hold up. Yeah, there we go. Here, I'm not gonna look at this shit. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Girl, you need your ass whooped. Lord, man, no. Y'all need, look, I need to show this again. Hold on. Look at this. My people need me. Wait a minute here. Wait, I got something for her. Hey. Dude. Hold on. Wait a minute. I just want to see. I just want to go back here. Look how I just want to slow-mo it. Like she just. Look how fast she take off too. She's floating in the air. Like she was floating in the air, floating in the air, no big deal. And then bam!
I know what Windows background it is before she flew off.
No, they didn't use the autumn background. Oh my God, they used the autumn. Look, they used the autumn background on my girl. Why?
With just a few leaves, somebody got out the back real quick.
Bruh. Why? Why would you do my girl like that? See, this is the thing. This is shit I'm talking about. See, this is why motherfuckers be thinking shit sorry. Like motherfuckers be like, oh man, that shit looks sorry as fuck. This is why they be thinking that shit, because they be like, nah, this is bullshit. Nah, this is bullshit. That's what that is. Bruh, why y'all gonna do my girl like that? That was terrible. Like, that was objectively terrible.
If that's the kind of representation we gonna get, leave us alone.
Look, here, wait a minute. I want to show y'all something. I want y'all to. I want to revisit this because I now can never see this any.
If that's
other
what
way.
they gave, if that's the Naomi they gave Ava DuVernay, they should have changed that to Natalie, made her a brunette, and then I really wouldn't have had to talk about it no more.
Right? We could have been. Dude, here, I want to show you. Look, y'all. I want you to see something here. Watch this shit. Watch this shit. Watch it like this.
Wait
a minute. Wait. I didn't get it right. Here. Bruh, that right there is garbage. Said throw the whole network away. It's time to call Ava DuVernay auntie till she do right by us. Man, look.
You can't even do that. You gotta wait till she come to all the family get together. Hey y'all, you just gotta get her with that. That's all you gotta hit her with. As soon as she walk into the room and wave, y'all just
like and then go back to what you talking about. Man, look. Let's talk about some good news. We actually got some good news, Carter. We actually got some good news.
It's so bad.
Dude. Look.
oh Lord.
Look, you know what? I actually might make that. I might take that clip and I'm gonna make it real.
That's what I think. CW is to blame more than anybody. Because why y'all put that together on a laptop running Vista and Windows Movie Maker? Y'all ought to be ashamed.
Not the movie
Y'all
maker.
ought to be ashamed.
Not the movie maker. Oh, come on. We know, Carter. We got good news though.
You
know why?
I'm putting my hat on the Naomi way. I'm listening.
One of your favorite comics that we literally just talked about not that long ago.
Okay.
Getting a big screen adaptation. Seconds is.
We talked about this.
Not that long ago. You we talked about it. I think you were given a recommended, I believe, and you brought it up as a recommended. But the Leo Malley comic, Seconds, is getting a live screen adaptation.
It depends on who does it. They bet not fuck up one of my favorite stories then.
Well,
y'all see, it made me curse. I haven't cursed this entire Blerd cave. I've been on here.
Well, for one, for those who don't know, this is technically considered to be a spiritual successor. It's a spiritual successor to Scott Pilgrim. It's not a direct sequel, but just in
which is
terms
crazy
of
considering they literally have nothing to do. Oh my God, Splosh!
Yeah,
you have to stop.
You ain't shit. You ain't shit. I ain't even gonna put it on the screen. I'm not gonna, because I don't want anybody to think I'm being. I don't want anybody to think I'm being ugly. I mean, maybe a little bit.
Let's keep it on the subject at hand.
Yeah, please. Brian Lee O'Malley's Seconds, which is a great comic, by the way. It's a fantastic comic. But this one. So okay, here's the deal. Here's what you need to know. So you said it depends on who is doing it. Well,
that'll make please.
So here's the deal. Here's the deal.
Please.
This is somebody. They already have a director in tow. But here's the thing: it's an untested director, but she's been an actress in movies for quite some time now. And the person that
actually does not help things.
Okay, so Blake Lively, who some of you may recognize from, well, I don't even want to say this because it's really not going to sell it, but you might remember her from, she was the love interest in the Green Lantern movie. She was also...
Okay. I thought you... The way you set that up.
I thought
you were going to bring up Gossip Girl.
No. She wasn't Gossip Girl. Gossip Girl. She was also in The Shallows, which is actually one of my favorite shark movies.
Okay, I was going to ask you. Was that the shark movie?
Yeah, that's the shark movie. And what else was she in?
There was a movie she did with Anna Kendrick. I cannot remember the name of. But it has a sequel coming out. Hold on.
But yeah, she's been in a lot of different movies. Oh, another one of my favorite movies, The Town. She was also in The Town with...
Yes, she was. Oh, yeah, A Simple Favor. A Simple Favor. That was actually...
Oh, yeah. Simple Favor, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a straight movie.
Yeah, like, she's never really been a director before, though. She's never really been in the director's chair. The only thing she has ever directed is a music video. That's the only thing she has to her credit. It was the Taylor Swift video, I Bet You Think About Me. That came out last year. She wrote and directed that, which as much as you can write a music video. But yeah, she is on tap to make this adaptation. Okay. And I'm looking here to see who is actually going to be exactly who the hell is going to be doing this stuff.
Apparently, Edgar Wright is involved with this movie. Apparently, he wrote the script and is producing it alongside Mark Platt.
Okay, I'm into it.
I'm hyping now.
All right, there you go. Well, I mean, here's the thing. It's okay. It's okay to have an untested director if you have some minds behind the scenes to kind of help guide it along.
Yes, and I didn't want people to look at us negatively, because one thing that I was going to mention was that, well, she is married to Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds could show her a thing or two, and teach her a thing or two about a thing or two, but I didn't want people to look at it like, oh, so the man got no. I was just looking at it more so like she has help around her.
Yeah.
And with Edgar Wright being involved with this, I think I'm more than sure that he's going to be a helping hand to kind of, help hoist her up to get this film done. I'm excited now.
No. Like I said, I'm definitely interested. I mean, once again, I loved the Scott Pilgrim movie, even though it did take some licenses with some of the aspects of the story. I still enjoyed it for what it was. It was a fun movie. Now, getting into what this could potentially be, that's a whole other story altogether. I hope it maintains the tone that one would expect from something by Brian Lee O'Malley. We can only hope. But definitely looking forward to it. For those who don't know, the story of Seconds is actually about a character by the name of, I believe her name's Katie, right? She's about roughly 29 years old, get on the cusp of turning 30, and she is I believe she's like a cook or a chef or something like that, and she's
a chef, and so basically what it is she did her thing in the chef game. She got an entire restaurant together, and she's actually in the process of, apologize if you hear that plane going over.
No, you're good.
She's actually in the process of getting an entire restaurant to herself.
Yeah.
So what's happening in the story is, while her restaurant is getting built up, she found this building she liked in an area she liked. She can't quite leave the nest in a sense, because it's kind of hard for her to leave the restaurant she had been working in, and she had put the crew there. She had put them all together. So they're trying to get her out get your ass on somewhere. You get in your own restaurant to do your thing. We don't need you over here. You did well. Go on now. But she has a few issues letting go with that. And that's not even delving into who she's fooling with, who she may not be fooling with, who she's fooling around with, who she may not be fooling around with. And that's even before we get into the Groundhog Day, let me eat some mushrooms situation.
Basically, her deal is like, if she writes down was like her mistakes or anything she feels like didn't go the way she wanted it to go.
Basically, she finds this box with mushroom in it, and there's a note in it that says, "Write your mistake and eat one mushroom. Go to sleep. You wake up new."
Right.
So I stubbed my toe this morning. Let me pop a mushroom. Go to sleep. My toe not in pain anymore.
Right. Yeah. No stub toe.
They cut my lights off and popped in mushroom.
Yeah.
You know,
my shit back on.
Exactly. I forgot to pay my light bill. Go sleep.
Done.
Hey, let me take my ass MLGNW in your situation. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically the gist of it. It's just stuff slowly starts to go downhill in every story like this. You've seen this in something. You've seen stuff like this in even Goosebumps. When you start messing with the time and stuff,
it's gonna backfire.
So some things start happening. I'm giddy now for this.
Oh yeah, like I said, I think it's gonna be good. I think this has the potential to work out very well. I guess one last thing I want to talk about. I didn't really plan on talking about this, but it's here real quick. I just want to point out something because apparently the bots is out here. Apparently, no. The Snyder stands apparently have been infiltrated by Skynet because a report has gone out that the recent how the Oscars, they were trying to do more relevant awards.
Okay, I did hear about this. I know
fan
you're going.
awards. Yeah, they said, they had one that was like the cheer moment. It was like the moment that makes everybody cheer and everybody, the fans, got to vote on it. Apparently, the only reason that Zack Snyder's what was the one that won? I think it was The Flash. It was a scene from the Flash in in the Snyder Cut. Zack Snyder's Justice League, whatever. That one won the cheer moment. And then Army of the Dead won the Oscars fan favorite. Now, both of those had an asterisk next to them because, for one, no good and hell well, not that many people actually watched Army of the Dead. Not only that, but it just recently came out that a lot of the votes, they said thousands of those votes were fake. And that they came from bot accounts. Now, the thing is, they said how people noticed this, and this was the University of Maryland, professor at the University of Maryland, David Kirsch, who basically does studies on fan bots, said they basically figured it out that the Snyder fan accounts who voted for the director's films certainly do not look like they were generated by a human user. They said that the accounts were on the border of Kirsch's research team's cutoff point to definitely declare them bots. They also went on to say that there was also or rather not them, but Telescope, which is a firm that actually ran the polls that were used for this for the Oscar fan awards. They said there were what was it? They basically have had no comment about any of this. They've kind of ignored this, and the Academy has basically said we're not reversing our decisions because they wouldn't reverse Will Smith his best actor award after he slapped the fuck out of Chris Rock live on television, and they're like, no, we'll just ban him for 10 years. Like that's gonna actually hurt him. But he's like, oh, well, I don't have to go to this shit. Cool. But no, basically the votes were limited. This is why I think shit like this is bullshit. So basically, the polls allowed users to get 20 votes per Twitter handle. And your account had to be no less than 24 hours old. So your account had to be at least a day old or over a day old in order to use the Academy's website. But the other thing I thought that was of note with this is that some other people who have done work on stuff like this, there's an Israeli company called Sayabara. They actually dug into something like this very recently. Remember all the Release the Snyder Cut stuff? Those were bots too. They said approximately 25,000 of those accounts that were perpetuating the Release the Snyder Cut shit were bots. So basically all that outrage, and this is why I always tell people, like, I remember when people were clowning me on Twitter, like coming after me in mass on Twitter, talking about how I didn't know what I was talking about, and the Snyderverse has real fans, and they have more fans than the MCU, just that, DC and Warner Brothers tries to hold them down. No, you don't. Y'all just a bunch of fucking Terminators. That's all y'all are. Just a bunch of motherfucking Terminators out here. You have no mercy. You can't be reasoned with. You're remorseless. And you will not stop till you get what you want. That's basically what it is.
People pick the dumbest things to latch on to, and then they act in the dumbest ways. And I try not to
use this fuckery for good. No, use this, like, this type of fuckery, use it for good, not evil. You use this for a fucking movie? For an award for a shitty movie that nobody watched? I mean, people watch, but I'm talking about Army of the Dead. But I'm just saying, like, Army of the Dead, first off, that movie has literally one of the worst protagonists I've ever seen in my life, who is completely insufferable and somehow survives the entire movie. I'm talking about the daughter.
Oh, okay.
Remember Batista's daughter?
No, I thought you were talking about Ghost.
Oh, no. Well, no, he doesn't survive. He doesn't survive. He a dead man. He as good as dead. But here's my thing, though. My whole point is to say that, like, the movie is terrible. It literally, like, outside of, like, here's what Zack Snyder's good at. He's good at making set pieces that are fun to watch. But, like, just like, remember how, Carter, you told me how, like, I forget what movie it was we were talking about, but you said, like, you would never go back and watch this movie, from start to finish. You would just, like, maybe
Are you talking about No Way Home?
Yes, I think No Way Home was the one was your example. But yeah, like you said, you would just kind of skip to certain parts. That's kind of how I feel about Army of the Dead, only I wouldn't watch Army of the Dead again because I've already seen it once. I don't need to see it again. But if I ever turned it on, I would just skip to the parts that I thought were cool and then cut the movie off because the movie is literally a pain in the ass to watch. It is because every time I see that girl on the camera, I just want to flip my TV over because she just infuriates me with how stupid, self-entitled, and petty she is. And she gets everybody on that fucking team killed, just about. Everybody on that team dies because of some dumb shit that she did. Which is just dumb.
I have to take your word for it just because I've only seen it once.
Well, no. Okay.
But
so
I never knew until you said it on The Cave.
Yeah.
About the one comedian who was in it, but then they switched him out at the last.
Yeah, Tig. They switched her.
I never knew that everything that she did was
off
on a
camera.
set camera. I never would have put that together because I didn't even know that was a thing. But again,
yeah, she was. Tig was brought in. The movie was shot. It was shot. Done. They had to digitally scrub that dude out and add her in.
I just, like I said, like I understand people will latch on to things, but to the extent that these very ignorant, very moronic, very mentally handicapped people are so, it's a cult mentality, which is disgusting in its own right. But this is with every fandom.
What's up, Salt?
Let me get that out of the way. This is with every single solitary fandom, but I've never seen one to the just stupid extent as a lot of these Snyder fans. You could very easily be a fan of something without going to the lengths. Star Trek fans don't do this. Star Wars fans don't do this. Like, I just don't understand these stupid people. And I know that there are some smart people in that group. Want to know how I know? Because I like some of Snyder's movies. I enjoyed the Snyder Cut, but you don't see me with these other dill holes.
No.
I just finished watching Beavis and Butthead. That's why that was in my head.
It's okay. I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
It's just like I said, I don't understand the ignorance, the stupidity of a lot of these Snyder Cut fans. I don't understand, and I don't want to generalize.
Yeah,
because that's something I have called you out on doing, and I don't want you to reverse Uno card that shit back to me. But a lot of the times, it's just I don't see a lot of women going to this extent. It's more these. What did you tell me the other day? Cheeto dust snorting neckbeards.
Yeah, they got Cheeto. Well, I mean, because here's the thing. I feel like we've hit a point where, just like how people say, everybody wants to feel seen, everybody wants to feel heard. We've reached this point now where everybody thinks that the best way to get what they want is to flood the internet with bots. And the thing is, they usually pick the worst shit to do it for. Like, you're not putting out bots to get some awesome TV show that everybody universally loved, that got canceled for no good goddamn reason. No, you're not doing it for that. You're doing it for a shitty movie that no one gives a shit about. That honestly, if not for this, no one would be talking about right now. I don't know anybody who talks about Army of the Dead outside of this context right now.
I don't even think, even though Zack Snyder loved that the fans came together and they wanted his product out into the world, a lot of the stupid things that a lot of these Snyder Cut fans do
and say,
I don't even think. I think he is looking at you all like you're a bunch of losers.
Oh yeah, no, most certainly. Well, I mean, and here's the thing. This is one of those situations where I'm perfectly okay with generalizing because I've talked to a lot of them just by virtue of my Twitter interactions with them. I can't. For the most part, with the exception of maybe a couple, they're all fucking morons. Let's go just say this. I'm sorry. I don't care if I offended anybody. I'm sorry. They're all fucking morons. And even some of them have even openly admitted to me that the only reason that they stand so hard for like just because you like him as a person, you feel bad for him that his daughter committed suicide. That's cool, but that doesn't mean you have to like do all this shit to prop up a movie that no one cares about.
Here's the thing, and that's even more creepy and gross. You don't know that man. That man don't know you. He wouldn't know you from the barista that made his chai tea latte the following morning. Why do you all latch onto these? I don't understand a lot of those fans. There are, like I said, there are some with sense that will just, I enjoy this, you don't, whatever.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Look at you and me with fucking Elden Ring. I have a certain opinion on it. You have a certain opinion on it.
Done. I like to fuck with you about it sometimes just because you get flustered and it makes me laugh. But
here's the
most of the time,
though.
I'm not being serious.
But here's the point with that though. It's all when you do it, it's all in jest.
Just fucking around.
It's all in jest. These people are serious.
Oh no, they're deadly serious. They're deadly serious.
You're going to DDoS me because I said that Sekiro and Bloodborne were better
No.
than Elden Ring.
No.
You're not gonna swat my house. You're
No.
not gonna call me all these horrible things because you can do that because you're on the internet. And you don't think somebody will reach out and touch you.
Right.
You're not gonna do that.
No,
This is all.
God, no.
It's banter. It's talk. And a lot of these Snyder fans can't tell the difference, which is a serious problem.
Yeah.
I don't understand them, man.
Oh, no.
I don't understand.
I remember I said one, like, and I actually leaned into it because I realized so many people got upset about it. But, like, I remember on Twitter, I actually said, like, I actually talked about this. I was like, can we just all admit now that, you know, like, since the Snyder Cut's out, can we all just admit that this is a 4-hour-long version of an already bad movie? And everyone's like, oh, no, you don't know, you suck, man. That's why you're people started, like, this is what people started doing. People started trying to, because they didn't like my opinion about the Snyder Cut. You know what? You know how far people went, Carter? People tried to dox me. People tried to body shame me. People tried to, I guess, what's a good way to put this? They tried to shame me using the fact that I'm not as famous as Zack Snyder. You know, like the thing that like Twitch streamers do to other, like you ever see those videos where like a big Twitch streamer loses in a game against a smaller Twitch streamer? Like, we use DBD as an example, where, like, you know, say some big-time streamer is playing DBD against, like, some smaller streamer, and the smaller streamer beats their ass or, like, fucks them up or whatever, and is generally being pretty cool about it, but then the big streamer, like, goes to the little streamer's channel and, like, shames them for only streaming to, like, 2 or 3 people, you know, stuff like that. People did that to me in regards to my YouTube channel versus Zack Snyder's film career, which, by the way, is apples and oranges, is not the same thing, and I honestly would never want Zack Snyder's job. And then people even went as far as saying, you're just jealous because he's fit and you're fat. And I'm like, no, I'm perfectly fine with my weight. I don't care. But you know, because you know what it did? I hated it because it pushed me to say very ugly things that I don't like saying. Like, because in order to make some of those people shut up, I literally had to say some of the ugliest shit about them and Zack Snyder. It kind of got to the point where, like, you know how, like, we joke about Spawn? You know, I don't really have a beef with Spawn. I don't really. Not at all. I honestly, I don't think about Spawn. Like, if Spawn's not directly in front of me, I don't think about it. But whenever people bring it up...
Some people will take what you just said. I don't think about Spawn like that.
Yeah.
They'll immediately take that as something horrible and negative.
Oh, yeah, no. And here's the thing. What a lot of people don't know is I occasionally read Spawn from time to time. I'm not current, but I actually have been following Spawn. I still read it every now and again. I don't read it week to week like I would something like Saga. You know, I might let, you know, 10 or 15, maybe 20 issues stack up, and then I'll go through and, you know, check them out wherever I can. But the thing is, people have made it such a gag for me to not like Spawn that I just lean into it a lot of the time.
Yeah,
I just lean into it because it's funnier that way. It makes people laugh. It entertains people. I'm perfectly okay with that. But the thing is, I think that people really need to check that energy, because if your reaction to someone not liking something is to get irrationally angry, you have a bigger problem than me not liking what you like.
It reminds me of like that singer, Selena.
Yeah.
With the you know, with her fans, and then one fan took things too damn far. That's what a lot of not saying that the Snyder fans would get to that point, but you all have that energy. You all absolutely have that energy. Oh yeah. And it's gross, it's scary, it's
oh yeah. I had people look me up.
People are that's crazy.
Oh yeah, I had people look me up on Facebook, like, because there were people who were like, they found pictures of me on Facebook, like with my daughter, and trying to like make fun of her because they didn't like something I said. And it's like, leave my daughter out of it, because she, for one, is not old enough to know or care about what it is you're talking about. She's not involved in this. Leave my daughter out of it, because then we'll have a real fight. And the thing is, I even told some of these people, I said, I think it's really interesting that, all these people have so much energy to say these things. But if we were actually standing in the same room, like face to face, having to look each other in the eye, like I could literally reach out and slap the fuck out of you when you say what you just said to me.
Reach out and touch me.
Look, I'd be like, bop. And that's the thing. That's the thing. People are so used to not having consequences, being behind that clickety-clackety keyboard. People have gotten used to it, and they've gotten comfortable. And I'm sorry. I know a lot of people, like case in point, Mike Tyson. Everybody's trying to give Mike Tyson a hard time because he beat the shit out of that dude in that airplane. But here's the thing, though. People got comfortable. That guy was probably really used to talking shit about Mike Tyson or
saying what these comedians making fun of how he talks.
They thought that shit was funny.
Having him in front of your face.
Yeah, you can say that shit on Twitter because Mike Tyson can't hit you. But if Mike Tyson's within earshot of you, I wouldn't make fun of that motherfucker's voice for shit. Look, me and Mike Tyson could be like this.
Yeah, that's still the heavyweight champion of the world, right there.
Oh no, that motherfucker bit Holyfield's ear off. You think I'm gonna talk shit about that dude? I don't care. Look, me and Mike Tyson could literally have grown up since day one together. We could have been through preschool, elementary school, middle school, high school, college. I was his best man at his wedding. I'm the godfather of his children. I would never make fun of that motherfucker's voice if I thought he could hear me. I wouldn't even make fun of that motherfucker's voice. Period. Because I don't want my ass beat. Okay? I don't want to get that. I open the door, he's like, bop!
Any man who could bite a chunk of somebody's ear off and then turn that into edibles, nah.
Bro.
That man's a menace.
Look. First off, any man who's bold enough to get a tattoo on his face that he can never take off and is willing to make fun of himself in a cartoon series on the Adult Swim.
Do you know how many adventures that man that went on with his friends? That man been in space, made edibles out of Holyfield's ear. Got some of the most dangerous hands in the world, and you being the color you are, because I don't see a black person doing this. I'm sorry to say.
No.
You thought it was a good idea to. Did you see what he can do to Little Mac on the NES?
Bruh. Look, I still ain't beat that motherfucker on Mike Tyson's Punch Out. You think I'm gonna try and do that shit in real life? Look, that motherfucker come in, he do that little whoop, 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 boop, 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 and I'll be sitting there like how Little Mac be doing when he blocked too much, he get tired.
Oh yeah, most definitely that dude on that plane. Mario came out counted. Mario came out counted.
No, Mario didn't even count. Mario just came out and went TKO. TKO. But no, that was all Nate is saying. Like, I just wanted. The only reason I even wanted to talk about all that shit before was just because I just thought it was funny. I thought it was funny that at least 25,000 people who put on the cape for Zack Snyder weren't even real people. But anyways, let's move on. Let's move on. Carter, do you have a recommended?
I do have a recommended this week. I have been listening to it off and on at work, even though I'm supposed to be working. Oh my God. Spotify has just come out with a podcast, but it's basically an audiobook in episodic form. I've been back on my audiobook game because years ago, if you can, I remember when I think it's called Audible. Audible did this free deal because around the time I got made my Audible account, Lock and Key had come out an audiobook form, full cast, sound effects, the whole nine. And then at the time I was watching Orphan Black like crazy, and the evil spirit in the audiobook was in fact Tatiana Maslany, so I was all over that. Okay. But my recommended this week is going to be Batman Unburied, podcast series
Yes, sir.
on Spotify that I've been listening to as of recent. The voice cast is crazy. We got Winston Duke as Bruce Wayne. We got Baku, Crazy Daddy from Us as Bruce Wayne. We have one of Ernie's favorite people as Barbara Gordon is Gina Rodriguez. Jason Isaacs is Alfred Pennyworth. This is the one that tripped me out though. Lance Reddick as Thomas Wayne, Papa Wayne. So just hearing his voice in my ear, it's frightening but very cathartic at the same time.
Oh yeah. Did you know that Batman Unburied dethroned Joe Rogan as the number one? It's the number one podcast on Spotify.
Yeah, I did hear about that. I think I'm on episode 2 right now. Each part of the stories, they go like 30, 40 minutes. We have not delved into Batman territory yet. This looks like it's just a completely different universe. Bruce is actually a surgeon in a hospital with his dad who runs the hospital. There is a serial killer on the loose that is leaving things inside the people that he kills, but the things he's leaving are body parts from the previous victims. And I forget the word. I forget Bruce's title, but he is some kind of surgeon in this hospital. And the story starts with him doing surgery because apparently people think Bruce is weird because when he's looking over the corpses and trying to figure out what happened to them, he goes from their perspective. When he's looking at, okay, she had wounds on her hand. So Bruce would go, okay, so there are calluses on my hands, so I worked a lot, which also means I could have very easily scratched the attacker on some kind of CSI kind of stuff almost. But again, this is a full voice cast and sound effects. So when you hear Bruce cut open the body and start snapping bones, it's very cringe. I hadn't heard this in so long, but like I remember when I used to watch Cops and they used to tell you about, viewer discretion is advised. Lance Reddick tells you listener discretion is most definitely advised. This podcast is brutal. It has language. But yeah, they haven't put all the pieces together just yet. The story starts with Bruce looking over a corpse, but apparently the one thing that this killer always does to the corpses he hadn't done yet, only to find out that the killer had somehow snuck into this hospital, stabbed Bruce, and then did what he did to the body. And now Bruce is talking. I don't want to spoil. I don't want to get nothing away. I'm enjoying this right now. I'm going between Batman Unburied and the Lock and Key audiobook. I actually have that on my iPod, actually. And please, people, if you do not have one, Apple iPod Touches are going out, man. They're about to kill them all. They're no longer going to be making anymore. So go get your Apple iPod for $100, man. Put some things on it. But yeah, my recommended this week for sure is Batman Unburied, dude. If you all like listening to us so damn much, and then you need something to listen to afterwards, go to Spotify.
Yes.
Go to Spotify.
My recommended is I'm gonna sum mine up pretty quick just for time's sake. My recommended is going to be Captain America: Symbol of Truth #1 by Toshi Onyebuchi and R.B. Silva.
I didn't know that came out.
Yep. The Captain America: Sentinel of Liberty will be out next month. But this series started off pretty interesting. This book does. It starts off very innocuous. Like like a lot of times you read a first issue and it's like, sometimes they just get you right into what's the problem. But this one doesn't necessarily do that. This one, we're seeing Captain America, Sam Wilson, in the role, and of course, his sidekick, who goes by his old moniker, Joaquin, who has been the Falcon for the last good bit. they're going after a tip that Misty Knight has given Sam, which, for those who don't know, Sam and Misty have been dating. Even though technically in this comic, she kind of likes to make it seem like they're not dating, but it's one of those situations you can tell by how they treat each other. They're totally dating. They just haven't made it official in any capacity. But what I liked about this is Misty gives him a tip about I think it's like a train that is supposedly smuggling some super soldier serum. And so of course Sam, he's Captain America. This is a huge thing. This is something Steve would look into and take care of. So he's gonna go do it. He brings Falcon along for the ride. They end up discovering that something's not right about this train, and there's even something not quite right about the information that Misty gave him. Falcon even figures out that there is something on that train that ties to him specifically. Without going too far into that. And the other thing I love about it, and we actually saw this in the Captain America one-shot that came out, was a couple of weeks ago. That was kind of the precursor to this, the prelude to both of these separate Captain America series. We know that the White Wolf, Black Panther's brother, is involved in this. And it was one of those things where, like, you would think, like, oh, I wonder if he's gonna, like, take his sweet time getting involved in what's going on with Cap. No. He is immediately inserting himself into all this, and not only that, he has dug up one of Captain America's oldest enemies to help take down not just the American government. Right now, the White Wolf is putting all of his efforts into taking down governments across the globe, but America is definitely on his list of things to take down, and he even makes a point to tell this new ally of his, who is an old Captain America enemy, that his mission is going to be to help him, but more importantly, to kill Captain America. Now, I know what a lot of people are going to be thinking. Is this in some way tied to what's going on with John Ridley's Black Panther? Because we know there's a secret organization who we've yet to figure out exactly who they're connected to, even though we know they're somehow clearly connected to Wakanda in some way. Even though they try and act like they're anti-Wakandan, they are very much Wakandans themselves. Makes me wonder what's going on there. But it's really good. Like I said, it starts off a little slow, like you're not really telling you where it's going. But once you get to the end, you're like, okay, I'm in. But yeah, that's my recommended for the week.
Okay, I for sure got to read that. I did not realize that came out this week. I think I read Hulk, Thor, and been checking out the Batman Unburied and Lock and Key. So
man, I ain't mad at you. I'm not mad at you. Let's get into, we got questions from the Discord. Let's go and run through those real quick. First and foremost, says, this is Rough Rider 86, says, wow, people don't remember Terry Funk, Chainsaw Charlie, former NWA world champion. When did I get so old? Man, brother, look, it sneaks up on all of us, man. I actually had to think about the other day how there are certain aspects of our lives where I have to remind myself that, wow, yeah, I should not be surprised that, so-and-so doesn't know what this is or what I'm talking about when I say a certain thing. Like, there's, like, certain movies, TV shows, books, cartoons, and, like, even my wife, we only have, like, a 5-year difference between us, and there's certain things I've experienced that she has no clue ever existed. Like, I remember what was the movie with Ewan McGregor, Dr. Sleep, that is, it's like a sequel to The Shining. When we watched that movie, I learned that day my wife has never seen The Shining.
There's a Jack Nicholson version, then there's another version.
There's a TV movie version that's
the
not
one
good.
I've seen.
Yeah. The Jack Nicholson, well, and here's the thing. Neither one is 100% accurate to the book, but I think more people are just familiar with the Jack Nicholson one because it became a part of pop culture. Yeah. The whole "here's Johnny." Yeah,
don't bring up Firestarter. I've already seen the reviews on that movie.
Oh yeah, I've heard nothing but bad. Also, we got Urban Prince of Strong Styles says, good evening, Blerd and Carter. Will the real Mary Jane confront fake Mary Jane, Moira, at the Hellfire Gala, or will Spider-Man know that's not his Mary Jane? Also, I'm really hoping they do the Spider-Man point meme. Okay, so basically what's being talked about here is, so Free Comic Book Day Free Comic Book Day, Judgment Day #1 came out technically last week, I believe. And a very interesting occurrence had happened for those. If you are not up to speed, basically what happened was Maura McTaggart, who, for those who don't know, has has recently become a villain to the X-Men. She snatched up Mary Jane at her aunt's house, and as you can see here, she has her hand up to Mary Jane's face, and a lot of people have been concerned that Mary Jane is about to get clapped. Because Moira has a special ability that I feel some people may find disgusting, but Moira has the ability to, for all intents and purposes, snatch up a person's skin off their body and wear it as herself. Now, when she did it the first time in, 10 Deaths of Wolverine, when she did it there, it was a little bit different because she wasn't fully a cyborg yet. She was still a regular person. She just had a cybernetic arm. But in that storyline, she reconnected with her old boo-thang, Sean Cassidy, who many of you may or may not remember as Banshee. And she snatched the skin off his body. She actually hit him up saying, hey, can we meet up? And of course, a lot of people, if you don't remember, Banshee and Moira used to be booed up. They became friends afterward. But he probably thought, I'm just going to go hang out with an old friend. Next thing you know, I done got my skin ripped off.
And Leatherface probably he want more.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You taking whole bodies? That's probably an aphrodisiac, Leatherface.
look, all you hear is ooh, 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 ooh. Look, you hear that chainsaw going off, he just like look, he freaking out in the corner right now. He look, Basement Bubba, he just sitting in the corner with his back to you, just like But no, a lot of people got concerned though, because like, oh, wait a minute. So this means so this means that Mary Jane, is she dead?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what I think is actually going to happen here, I think that she, and I've said this in my video for it, I think she is just going to copy Mary Jane's likeness. I don't think she's actually going to take her skin. Maybe she will, but
she gonna wear Mary Jane like a new drip.
Look, she'll be coming to myself.
She done went to fucking City Trend and got her a whole white woman outfit.
Bruh, not City Trends.
Go to Burt's. That's where she went and got Mary Jane.
Well, did you see the outfit she's supposed to be wearing? Here. Mark Brooks, he did the design for it. That's the outfit she's supposed to be wearing at the gala. She's got it's got the web, kind of like a shawl. I guess it would be like a shawl. I don't really know the proper terminology here, but basically, yeah, she gonna be out here. Yeah, she gonna be out here. Here, I'm gonna zoom it in a little bit too. Let's see, we can get more of her in there. But yeah, that's what she's supposed to be wearing, supposedly. The guy that has been doing all of the artwork for the Hellfire Gala, this is one of his. I think it's Mark Brooks.
Why is Venom in the Mark Gargan Venom drip? Almost? Man,
I don't know. Man, look, shit is just happening, okay?
I still don't understand why a whole human. I understand she cool with people and she's using the cocoa medicine for her aunt. I don't understand why Venom and Mary Jane are even there.
Well, they're opening it up more to be a general, everybody's invited type deal. Because, the last one they did, it was more of a political thing. But
yeah, that's why Kevin Feige was there, so he could talk to Jonathan Hickman about putting Xavier in Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, of course. But this time, it's everybody's invited. Everyone's invited. Because I think Moon Knight's even going to be there. Characters who have nothing to do with the X-Men are going to be there. But that's also kind of the reason why Moore doing what she's doing is such a big deal, because she's supposedly going to do something there that's going to make the Avengers have to take a stand against the X-Men, supposedly.
Yeah.
At least that's her idea. I did love the jab in there that the first time they didn't do it right. Or not the first time, it wasn't the first time, but like she basically kind of was a jab that ABX wasn't done right. She was like, yeah, they fought before, but they didn't do it right. We also got... Oh, but I guess do I need to answer? That's the question, yeah. I do hope they do the point meme, but I don't know if Mary Jane shows up at the gala, I don't know how that's going to play out. Honestly, I don't think she will. I don't think the real Mary Jane will be there at all. Or if she does, she'll show up very late. Ed Boy in the Cut asks, is it just me, or has the CGI in the MCU movies gotten progressively worse? It's not completely horrible, but there are many scenes that are just, whew. Examples would be Wanda flying around Kamar-Taj in Multiverse of Madness, Shang-Chi coming off the top rope onto the Dweller in the Darkness, pretty much the whole ending of Black Widow. Is Marvel Studios stretching their CGI teams between too many projects? I don't think that's the case. Okay, so here's what I think is happening here. For one, I think it's two things. One is a lot of people are still operating under COVID rules. It's kind of like what's happening with video games right now. That's why so many video games end up getting, like, a lot of recent video game releases have been plagued with so many bugs because a lot of people are working from home. So I think that's kind of a thing to do with it. The other thing, I think it's not so much that they're getting worse. I just think that they haven't gotten any better, if that makes any sense. There have been some pretty shoddy CG here and there, definitely. I'm not saying there hasn't been. But sometimes I think it just depends on how it's utilized. Like, it's kind of like the case with Amazing Spider-Man. The scenes in which, like, people like to bring up the lizard in Spider-Man No Way Home. And how bad the CGI was there, but really all they did was just reuse shit from Amazing Spider-Man. They actually reused specific scenes from that movie. They didn't really reanimate much when it came to him. But at the same time, they also use different lighting effects, and a lot of times lighting can make or break how good or bad CG looks. Like, doing something, that's why, like, a lot of times when we used to have back in, like, the early 2000s, a lot of times you'd see, like, you saw a CGI monster, they would be hidden by being, shown at night, so you wouldn't notice some of the inconsistencies. But yeah, there's definitely something going on. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but yeah, like I said, I don't disagree. There has been some pretty weird, rough CG. Let's see here. We got us another one here. From LJ Brown says, hey, Carter and Blerd, are there any stories other than Black Panther with Afrofuturism that you would like to see translated to the big screen? P.S. That Naomi forehead thing reminded me of when Young Berg said he's pushing his album further than Flo Rida's hairline.
Ooh.
Damn!
Oh, god damn. Oh, god damn. Oh, okay. I'm good.
So now this will be an easy one. I know this will be real quick. Mother Panic from DC Young Animal. If I wouldn't mind seeing how that would translate to the big screen.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those Young Animal books were really good. Really good. So I'll give you that one. Something new, something fresh.
For me, that's a tough one. Afrofuturism is kind of a tough thing to tackle, especially to do it right. Oh man. I tell you what, for me, just, and it's only because it's fresher in my head than anything else. I feel like if we ever got something, maybe along the lines of like I can't cite any specific thing, but if we ever got something along the lines of maybe something like what we got with Far Sector. If we got, because, you know, not that it's Afrofuturism, but just in the sense that, like, just in the vein. Something, if you could give me something in the vein of Far Sector, but with the Afrofuturism blend, I mean, I would even dare say, you could technically go with the whole Octavia Butler thing we brought up earlier. You could take some of those stories and translate them. And I think that would be perfect. But yeah, Afrofuturism is something that, like, I think people don't realize they want. And I don't mean by, let's say, people realize they want. I'm not saying us. I'm not saying not black people. I'm saying just general audiences. I think if general audiences saw it, they would get into it. I think so. I definitely think so. Let's see here. What else we got? We got last one from the Discord is Dude Man says, what comic scene would you love to have on your wall as a piece of art, and whose art style do you admire? Ooh, that is a good one. For me, I'll go ahead and just say right now, if I could have any specific piece of art, this is a recent one. It's actually a recent one. Carter, you remember when House of X was first announced, right? How they had the oh man, what was it? The big splash page. That, you know, it had everybody on Maverick. I'll pull it up right here. I actually have it, you know, kind of on tap. But like right here, it had like literally everybody. Everybody was there. You had all the different X characters. I would love to have something like this on my wall, like as a portrait. I might even try and commission something like this to get put on my wall if I can find something along those lines, because it just looks really cool.
Yeah, do you remember? It was a big ass X-Men splash page. The only reason I'm asking you this is because you've seen it probably. They had it plastered at Comics and Collectibles. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Like that would be dope. Like that right there. That would be dope. Dang.
As far as like what artist I admire, honestly, as of lately, Pepe Larraz. But also Marco Cicchetto has been great.
Yes.
Marco Cicchetto has been insane.
So good.
Oh, man. Oh. You know what? Who else? Russell Dodderman. I like Russell Dodderman a lot.
Absolutely. Assad Ribic.
Oh, yeah. Assad Ribic. Nick Klein. Also very good. I'm trying to think of somebody else.
No lie. I want to know if I could commission Stegman to do something like an official Carter Presents kind of.
That would be. I bet you could. I bet you could. I bet you could. You think I'm bullshit? I bet he would. I bet he'd do it. Ooh. I don't know if y'all remember this.
Got a lot of his art all on my wall.
Oh yeah.
You know, autographed.
This motherfucker, man, get the fuck out of my face. Anyway, here's another one. This image right here. A lot of y'all may or may not remember this. This was actually from back during the Jim Lee era of X-Men. This was something I thought was really cool. It was all the X-villains in one spot. Even some people you wouldn't even associate. I'm going to zoom it out a little bit so you can see everybody. But there are even some people in there that you wouldn't normally even associate with the X-Men. Like, there's Loki. Loki in the background back here. But you had the Sentinel, you had Arcade, Juggernaut, Sebastian Shaw, Emma Frost, Apocalypse, Magneto. Just the list of the hits just keep on coming. You had the Brood. It was real. I loved. They even had a companion piece to it. I don't have it in front of me right now. There was a companion piece to it that was all the X characters. It was really good. But yeah, when it comes to like who I admire though, yeah, those are the guys: Marco Cicchettos, the Pepe Larrazes, the Mark Bagleys. Oh god, the Russell Doddermans, your Nick Kleins, your Assad Ribics. A lot of those, I really appreciate their art in every way. In every way humanly possible. Let's see here. Let's jump into chat, because we actually got some stuff from the chat here that I want to make sure we don't forget about. Actually, I missed that one from way back. Let's see if we can go back and get it. Can we go back and get that one? I think we can go back and get it. Can we get it? No, we cannot get it. I did actually. There's one we missed from Gokhan Shuri's baby's father from earlier. It's back when we were talking about Kamala Khan. I completely missed it. But it was a $5 super chat. It says, I wouldn't mind them making Kamala stronger. Not strong like Carol, but she can level a city block up. Yeah, like I said, I'm perfectly fine. If you want to level up Kamala, it's fine. Just, don't, as long as they don't get too buck wild with it, I'm good. I'm good with it. I'm fine with it regardless. We also got another one from Gabriel the Dark Knight with the 1999 super chat. Got him. Says, wanted to drop this in for Carter since he missed the last super chat. I got you, Pimp.
I didn't fucking miss it. I was in the chat when you did it the first time and muted the show.
We appreciate you, Gabriel. Thank you for that. Let's see. Lucas Wernick. You know what? I like Lucas Wernick. Ooh. Let's see here. What we got? Ricardo Federici. Yeah, that's another one. Who else we got here? Yeah, dude. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. I'm actually going back through. A lot of my favorite books right now are being done by some of my favorite artists, so like it just works out. What was dude's name that was on Sword? Was it Valerio Schiti?
I think so.
Yeah, I like Valerio Schiti. I like Valerio Schiti a lot. Also, who was on Hellions?
Who?
Segovia.
What, Valero? No. No. Hellions artist. Hold on. Steven Segovia.
Yeah, Steven Segovia. Yeah. I like that guy. I like his art a lot. Who else? There's some other ones out there. There's definitely some other ones out there that I'm mega into. I'm blanking on some of these other ones. But yeah, there's definitely some artists out there that are, honestly kind of doing the Lord's work. For the most part. Bernard Chang, that's another one. I forgot Bernard. I like Bernard Chang's art. I don't think people give Bernard Chang enough credit with what they do. Paco Medina. Paco Medina's another one. I like Paco Medina. Another one I like too, and I feel like not enough people put enough respect on her name, is Carmen Carnero. I like Carmen Carnero a lot. She did Captain Marvel, like the earlier Captain Marvel books in the Kelly Thompson run. I thought she did a really good job. Who else? Okay, you know what? I tell you what. Here's another one. I feel like Carter, you're familiar with Philadelphia?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so and I don't know how to say this guy's last name, so I'm gonna butcher it. Which is, I guess it's all to the good. Luis Not? I don't know how to say this dude's last name. I'm sorry. I apologize, y'all. It's Luis Nacht and Jason Sean Alexander. They do the art for Philadelphia. I love it because the main character looks like an actor that some of y'all may or may not be familiar with. He looks like Phil Morris. I believe is the guy's name. Some of y'all may or may not be familiar. But yeah, the main character of the book, who's like basically tracking down. For those not familiar, it's like a vampire story. But here, let me see. Oh, yeah, here it is. So let me switch over to this. You can kind of see. If you look at this guy's face, you've seen this motherfucker somewhere. You'd have seen this motherfucker somewhere, and I think it's even been addressed in the comic itself. But it's really cool, really good stuff. Let's see. Dan Moore. Thank you. Somebody said Dan Moore. That's another one. Because this book right here, Once and Future, Dan Moore is all over this. All over this. So good. So good. Also, right here, Fiona Staples. I've become a huge fan of Fiona Staples off Saga.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Mike Norton, The Revival. I like Mike Norton. It's nothing flashy, but he just does a really good job with setting up the scenes. I love it. Here, let's I still have the thing for we're getting questions from the chat now. Let's see here. Let's get to our questions. Since yesterday was Kate Blanchett's birthday, is there a fact in the comics a Hela restoring herself from getting killed? I miss her in the MCU. Funny thing, I don't know what exactly is going on with Hela right now.
That just goes back to Marvel's overall, we need to stop offing villains.
Yeah. And I don't even think she's dead. Honestly. I honestly do not believe she's dead. But I do definitely think they need to bring her back. I would like to see her in something. And I feel like they're gearing up to bring her back in the comics somehow. The
Pepe Larraz Hellfire thing, I'm like, okay, they must be doing something with her for him to take the time to do that.
Mm-hmm. Jesse Smith asks, do you know if New Mutants has been canceled? No, it's not been canceled. It's they got another issue coming up. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Rob Taylor brought up, I've always loved Joe Madureira's art. That's actually who inspired a lot of my art style back when I used to draw more regularly. Let's see here. So speaking of which, Blerd Cave host, have you heard the news on Escapade? We
ain't got names? What's that? Blerd Cave hosts.
Oh, it's quicker than saying Blerd and Carter, I think. It says the second trans female mutant since Jesse Drake, along with trans male mutant Morgan Red in Marvel's Voices Pride #1. I read it. I dug it. I thought it was pretty cool. The only thing I don't like, it has nothing to do with the characters. I always hate that, like, they save. I mean, I get why they save it for this sort of stuff. Like the Marvel Voices issues, they usually introduce these characters there, and then you might see them later on. I think that. I wish they would just do them in the books, but I know how people are. They'll complain, regardless. I just want to see these characters more in the books, like have them on a team or something, or have them show up more often, or, something like that. I don't know. Because there was one story in one of the recent Marvel Voices issues. I can't remember which one. There was an issue where Titania runs into She-Hulk. Only it ain't She-Hulk. It's someone cosplaying She-Hulk, and it's a trans person who they were born male, but they identify as female, and they're really into She-Hulk. And Titania almost beats the fool out of this person, thinking that it is She-Hulk. But then she realizes it's not She-Hulk, and they wind up actually having a conversation. I think they end up having coffee together or something like that. And it actually kind of shows that Titania, which they've been doing this with Titania for a while, but it kind of showcases that Titania is softening up and is becoming less and less and less of a prototypical villain. They did that a lot with her in Immortal Hulk. Jesus Christ!
Even before
that.
When Saladin Ahmed was writing Black Bolt, because that's where he was. Black Bolt was doing some adventures with Titania's boo.
Yeah, with Absorbing Man. Yeah,
Absorbing Man. So yeah, they've been. It's crazy. They do this with, like, I wouldn't say you could call her a secondary character, but they do this with the characters you really not paying any mind to, as opposed to doing this to. The characters we're reading on the regular. I'm pretty sure several people are tired of Peter Parker struggling.
Yeah, right. No, definitely.
Because I think this would be something that sticks around with her character and Absorbing Man's character and the Gamma Flight stuff. I think this would be some stuff that sticks.
Yeah, I wish that I actually want Titania to, which I think Titania will, because she's going to be on the Disney Plus show. So I think her name will get out there more, and I think they're going to start push. And then they're also doing it right now with the She-Hulk comic, because she's in the current She-Hulk comic as well. Well, at least she was in the first issue. I think she'll be back soon, but they kind of already were setting up as though, her and She-Hulk are not going to be enemies anymore. They might be like reluctant friends that eventually become best friends, which I'm perfectly fine with.
Oh man, Kenneth Rocafort. I forgot about him. That's a good one.
Oh,
That was somebody who I wanted to learn how to do art like him, but when I would see his art in DC books and Marvel books, I'm like, this has to take ages.
Like days, weeks, even.
Yeah.
Ed Boy in the cut. This is a question, but this is some kind of pertaining to the last question we talked about. Says, I want that round 1 2-page spread from Hulk versus Thor Banner War. I want that too. That was actually really cool with the health bars, everything. That shit was awesome.
I'm surprised in your video you didn't talk about. Or I don't think you talked about it.
Which one?
How Hulk got up.
Oh, I wanted to save it. Because you know what it was? I actually did kind of mean to at least mention that it happened, but I wasn't going to show it. But like people talk about how like Donny Cates' Hulk kind of ignores everything from like Al Ewing's Immortal Hulk. That's actually something that's very much an Immortal Hulk.
Yeah.
And
just gangster to do.
Yeah, just I'm over said, nah, okay, fuck it. I don't have to pick up the hammer. He's like, I just got intestines and shit hanging out. It was fucking weird. But let's see here. Let's see what else we got.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead, shoot.
Well, it's not even from the chat. I just want to ask you a question.
Go ahead, shoot.
Can you change our outro to that Naomi scene of her flying?
I might do it. I actually might do it.
Then just have the bye.
Bye. Oh my god, yeah, I might do that. We might do that. I might. You know what? I have the video saved. I saved the video, so we might get it. We might get that. We got one from Jonathan Stewart here. Says, do you guys remember Kobe Bell from the game and Burn Notice?
Yeah, light skinned dude.
Yeah. It says, do y'all think he'll be a good fit for a superhero or villain? If so, which one?
Not and I know this is going to sound horrible when I say this, but for like a big time superhero villain, no. Something on a CW series, sure.
Yeah. Well, and then we can't forget too. A lot of people forget he was on The Gifted.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was on The Gifted.
I knew him on Burn Notice in the game. He looks too much like.
He's also on Walker. He's on Walker right now.
Oh, I don't watch.
And he did an apparently I didn't know that. Now this I didn't know. I didn't know he did an episode of Lucifer.
Yes, he did. I do know that.
I forgot about that. I didn't know about that. And he also apparently he was in Archer. He did like a couple of turns in Archer.
You know who he reminds me of?
Who's that?
He looked like Maven. You remember Maven from Tough Enough?
Ooh, you wrong. You ain't wrong though. You're right, but he does kind of look
just like he eliminated the Undertaker at the Royal Rumble.
And then they all came back to beat his ass, dude. Maven is one of the few times in history you've ever seen someone get a receipt in real time.
No. You're thinking of the wrong dude. You're thinking of Daniel Pewter.
Well, no, Daniel Pewter got it, but no, Maven. They went back and got him. They the way that they did him after that, they fucked him off later. But like for those who know who we're talking about now, yeah. First things first, I want to show y'all the guy we're actually talking about here. First off, this is Kobe Bell.
Yeah, he does the douchebag with money thing. Like he's almost typecasted in a sense.
Yeah, he plays the same guy pretty much in everything.
Yeah,
he's good at it though. He's good at it. That's Maven. He looks like he ate Kobe Bell. Is what? Danger. He's like, yeah, I can do the same thing, man. Y'all quit fucking with me. But here, there we go. We can go back. But
Mr. Wright said a good thing. He'd be more of an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. character.
Yeah, I can see him as that. I can see him as that. I can definitely see him as an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. character. Let's see here. Are there any Easter eggs you spotted when watching Doctor Strange 2? Not spoiling anything, by the way. Any other Easter eggs? Having gone back and watched it a second time, I was paying more attention to certain things. anything that I noticed that I didn't catch the first time. Oh man, not really. No, there wasn't really anything that I missed. Like I feel like I pretty much caught everything that I needed to see for the most part. If there was any one thing that I didn't really pay as much attention to, something me and Carter talked about previously, in regards to Xavier, which by the way is not a spoiler. Everybody knows the motherfucker's in the movie by this point. But like you were talking about how, I hope he doesn't when he puts his hand up to his head when he uses powers. He actually does do that in the movie. But the thing that I liked,
and I geeked out because he did what I said he was gonna do.
The rings. I didn't notice the rings the first time. Like the rings of like showing the power radiating from his mind. That I didn't catch the first time because I was too busy. I was too busy geeking out about him doing it in the first place. But I went back and watched the second time. I was like, oh, they actually did the little thing, too. That was pretty awesome.
Had he screamed when Wanda was in his head, I would have walked out of the theater. I would have called you, even though we were both in the theater watching. I would have called you and losing my mind.
This motherfucker in Doctor Strange hollering. Previously on X-Men. But no, let's see. Let's see what else we got. We got anything else?
Oh,
yeah,
here's one for you.
Mm-hmm.
Here's one more question, and then I don't know if you want to call it.
Yeah, we can call it after this one. Okay.
I was recently sent a Twitter picture. Somebody made a post. It was with a question. Oh
Lord.
Since the Multiverse of Madness, we saw who the Illuminati was.
Yes.
Some surprises in there.
Yes.
We know the Fantastic Four movie is coming soon.
Yes.
If they were to bring the actors from all of them, TV shows, movies, and all,
right.
As a council of reeds, would you be against it? Knowing the movies and TV shows that we have absorbed of the Fantastic Four.
So you're saying like we got every previous person that played Reed Richards?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd be into it.
Okay.
I'd be into well, because here's the thing, we really haven't had that many.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really haven't had that many. So like you've had the guy from the not the original, talk about the Roger Corman Fantastic Four. Whose name I don't remember. Alex Hyde White. You got that guy. Is he still alive? Seems like that was 5 ever ago. Yep, still alive. He's still alive. You've got that guy. You've also got, what was the guy's name? I don't know how to pronounce it. It was like Eon something.
Yes, Mr. White. Even that old school Reed. Even the one from the Alba movies.
Yeah.
Even the one from Fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be fine with it. I'd be perfectly fine with it. I really would. Really would. I know that Miles Teller definitely wants to get away from it because he has mentioned as much that he kind of wants to distance himself from Fantastic, but he definitely wants to do more superhero. Like, he wants to do another superhero movie. I don't know if he'd be keen on doing that one again, or if maybe like in the case of a certain actor who played a certain character that was in the movie, who had played it elsewhere before.
You and I on the same page. Yep.
Yeah, like if you get the opportunity to do it better, I think you would want to come back and do it, which is what happened in that case. Also,
I've seen some of the movies he's done recently and some of the TV shows he's done recently with Nicholas Winding Refn, where that man got Hideo Kojima over there slicing people's fingers off. He's doing a TV show now that's about how the Godfather movie got put together. So it could be interesting.
I would be into it.
But I was wondering how you feel.
He's also got Top Gun. He's got the Top Gun sequel.
He does. He does.
I didn't know he was playing Goose's son.
How could you not know?
I didn't know. I did not catch it at first. I guess I spent more time trying to figure out why the movie was being made versus like who anybody was.
Well, I can understand that. That. As soon as I saw the mustache, and then he said something about his daddy, I'm like, oh, okay.
I I was so checked out when the trailer popped up that I didn't catch it till I saw when we went back to see Doctor Strange, again. I saw I was paying more attention, and I saw it. And I was like, oh, he's Goose's son. Interesting.
I'm mad you got to see the Avatar trailer and I didn't.
Oh, you didn't miss anything. You didn't miss anything. You really didn't. You really didn't. You ain't miss shit. That's the show, y'all. That's the show. We actually stayed way longer than I kind of had planned on. Actually, every time I think that, I'm going to start thinking every show's going to be the longest show, and then maybe they'll be shorter. We're actually going to try and strive harder in the future to have shorter shows. But but anyway, Carter, what you got going on? You got anything coming up that you want to spotlight?
I was going to go live with Evil Dead, but everyone is going live with Evil Dead right now.
Do it anyway.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Not right now because I am in just intolerable pain.
Oh no, I totally feel where you're coming from. I totally feel where you're coming from.
But that might be on the horizon soon, and in 4 months' time, Ernie and I do have a surprise for you guys. Yeah, and plus I don't know. I'm kind of feeling myself right now. Shout out to the littlest of Carters. My younger sister just graduated from college.
Yeah.
So that was a crazy thing to see. Just this little, I almost cursed. This little thing that I raised, now being in a college-educated, magna cum laude, all those fancy words. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I gotta read. I gotta read over there in Memphis right now, dog. So big shout out. Big shouts to my sister. But yeah, man, I think just streaming and the surprise that we have for you guys that's coming. Yeah, I'm chilling right now. Try not to be in pain.
Right. Well, ladies, gentlemen, sisters, brothers, others, it's time to get out of here. Thank y'all for showing up. Thank y'all for coming out and showing support for the channel, for the show, all that good stuff. We will be back next week, and of course, we got videos coming out throughout the rest of the week. And yeah, I don't have any other announcements beyond that. If you are a Patreon or channel member, make sure to go check the members only playlist on YouTube if you are a channel member, or if you're a patron, well, you know where to go on Patreon, and you can go pick up the latest edition of the top 5 comics of the week. I will see you guys next time. We're out of here.
Bye.